count, 1-1. So 1-1 strike to Luis Durango. First ever meeting between the Tacoma Rainiers and the Tucson Padres. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Castro, and it's down in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. The Rainiers have had many games over the years against the Tucson Toros and the Tucson Sidewinders, and now we have Tucson Padres.
You're getting those all out of the way now, aren't you?
I know I'm going to call them the Sidewinders about 17 times in this series. And I fully expect you to drop a Toros on him, Bob.
Well, I only have one night in which to make the mistake.
2-1 strike to Luis Durango, and the pitch is swung on and fouled off and out of play. So the count is now even. 2 strikes. The Padres with a new leadoff man, Everett Cabrera, their leadoff hitter and shortstop, injured his hamate, broke his hamate bone in his right hand yesterday against Colorado Springs, and he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. As here's a pitch up high for a ball, and the count goes full. 3 strikes.
You know, the city of Tucson has almost as many unused baseball parks as the team has new names through the years, with High Corbett Field not in use and all the spring training facilities that have been kind of turned away now.
They do have AAA baseball back, though. The 3-2 from Castro is swung on and fouled off. Still 3 strikes. Durango's having a good at-bat here to open up the ball game, fouling off pitches. Seen a lot of pitches from left-hander Fabio Castro. Castro had a really good outing his last time out in Salt Lake City. Tough place to pitch. 3-2 pitch is swung on, hit in the air to center field right at Mike Wilson, who will make the catch, and one man is gone in the top of the first inning. Well, a little weather update for you. It was raining when we landed this afternoon, and now we have nothing but blue skies overhead, but it is chilly, and the wind is just howling out towards center field right now. It's kind of like the conditions we had in Reno, the night games during that series. And so with that wind blowing out, we might see some runs on the scoreboard, might see a few home runs tonight. Here's Logan Forsythe. First AAA season for Forsythe. He's hitting .313, 4 homers, 15 RBIs, and he takes a strike from Fabio Castro. It's 0-1. Forsythe playing shortstop now that Cabrera is out of the lineup. Forsythe can play all the positions. 0-1 pitch is inside, and it hit him. It just grazed his arm, and Forsythe is going to head down to first base. So Fabio Castro puts on Forsythe by hitting him with a pitch. And with one out, now the local kid, Aaron Cunningham, comes to the plate. Cunningham is from Port Orchard. And the 25-year-old outfielder is having a good season, hitting .293 with 4 homers, 23 runs batted in 23 games. He's driving in a run a day. Right-hand hitter, and the pitch is grounded between short and third and through into left field, a base hit, and Cunningham is on. Forsythe goes to second, and there are 2 on with 1 out for Anthony Rizzo, their cleanup man. Well, here's our first look at Rizzo, and the Rainiers are going to have to deal with him in a situation where you don't want to face him with runners on base. He leads the PCL in runs batted in. He has 32 runs batted in 23 games. He is also tied for the league lead in home runs with 7. And Rizzo's .389 batting average is the 7th highest in the league. And all this is coming from a man who is just 21 years old and is in his first month of AAA ball. He's a left-handed batter. And Castro with the pitch, and it is taken for a strike, 0-1. Castro, in that strong outing in Salt Lake City, went 6 full innings and allowed only 1 earned run on 3 hits. And he ended up getting his first win as a Rainier that day. 0-1 pitch is down low for a ball, 1-1. That was on Tuesday. Because of an off day, Castro is working with 1 extra day of rest between starts. Rainiers had an off day on Wednesday. 1-1 strike to Rizzo. And the lefty's pitch is a swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2. Might be some difficult shadows for hitting right now with the shadow from the light standard kind of eclipsing the mound. Home plate is in the shade. The mound is in the sun. The ball is being released from shadow and passing through sunlight and into shadow. And now here's a pitch over everything into the backstop on the fly, and the runners will move up. Forsythe goes to third, and Cunningham takes second on the wild pitch. So there are 2 men in scoring position. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Rizzo. And now Fabio Castro could really use a strikeout. Gets a new baseball and rubs it up and goes behind the mound of the rosin bag. We are just underway, top of the first inning. The Sidewinders have Forsythe at third and Cunningham at second with 1 away, and their top RBI man at the plate. Castro is set. Here's his 2-2 pitch on the way to Anthony Rizzo. And here it comes, and it is a swing and a grounder down the first base line. Foul ball. It bounced to the right of the first base bag. Mangini fielded it in foul territory. So it is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, again, we'll see this 2-2 pitch to Rizzo. On deck for Tucson is Jesus Guzman. Sidewinders wearing their road gray uniforms with Tucson written across the front. It's now Castro with his 2-2 pitch, and it swung on and hit high in the air to right field. The wind is pushing it. Back is LaMonta at the fence, and he's going to make the catch at the wall for the second out. Tagging at third is Forsythe, and he will come in and score the first run of the game. And advancing to third is Cunningham. There are 2 outs, but the Padres have taken a 1-0 lead. No, Bob, that didn't look like it was going to go as far as it did when it left the bat of Rizzo, but the wind just got a hold of that one.
Pretty good carry tonight if you get the ball up in the air, and it's blowing dead out to center field out of the southwest toward the northwest, and that one carried well.
Rizzo with his 33rd RBI of the season. So a runner at third with 2 outs, and now Jesus Guzman's the hitter, batting .355 with a homer and 21 runs batted in. Castro with his pitch, and it is a swing and a little nubber up the first baseline, picked up in fair territory by Bard before it rolls foul. Smart move, and he throws out the batter Guzman at first base to close out the top of the first inning. Well, the Padres get a run, and they do it with 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Tucson 1, Tacoma coming to the plate.
To the sounds of pure Pepsi refreshment. So crack open a Pepsi, kick back, and enjoy. And remember, when you choose Pepsi, you support the Pepsi Refresh Project and help fund ideas to refresh communities across America. Find out how at refresheverything.com. Pepsi, refresh your world.
Sports fans from Seattle to Portland acclaim the quality of the News Tribune sports coverage. An award-winning team of writers and columnists bring it home to readers every day. Count on the work of writers Larry LaRue and Ryan Divish on the Mariners, Eric Williams on the Seahawks, Don Ruiz and Todd Millis on college sports, Doug Pacey on preps, plus Dave Bowling and John McGrath, the News Tribune's knowledgeable and opinionated columnists. Sports coverage is important to you and to the News Tribune. From the preps to the pros, the News Tribune and the newstribune.com.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. Tucson scored a run at the top of the first, and now the Rainiers come to the plate at the bottom of the first, and leading things off, wearing number 24 on his Rainiers jersey, the Mariners center fielder Franklin Gutierrez, who is here on a rehab assignment today, and Gutierrez has been going through a much publicized battle with stomach problems that has gone on and on. Started last September and affected him in spring training. Hasn't been able to play. Couldn't get a clean diagnosis on it, and finally had to go to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. I think it's in Rochester, and they decided it was irritable bowel syndrome, and they put him on a different medicine, and here he is 10 days later or so in the lineup for the Raiders. He's DHing today, and I'm sure we'll see him in center field if he's feeling good. Here's the first pitch from Hefner, and it is in for a strike, 0-1. Jeremy Hefner on the hill for the Tucson Padres, one of the Padres' better pitching prospects, a right-hander in his first AAA season. The 0-1 pitch to Goody is a swing and a miss, and there's a strike, and it's 0-2. Now, don't expect a whole lot from Gutierrez right away. He has not done this since early March. See live pitching, so it has been a while.
You don't just jump in there no matter what the class of the pitching is and what the class of the hitter is. You just can't do that.
0-2 to Gutierrez is down low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gutierrez, 28-year-old native of Venezuela, who had the great first year with the Mariners in 2009. And he swings and hits a foul chopper on the third base side. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gutierrez. Gutierrez is most known for his defensive skills in center field. But 2 years ago with the Mariners, he hit .283 with 18 homers, 70 RBIs, and couple that with the defense, and as a nice center fielder. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul and out of play on the first base side. And it is still 1-2. While Gutierrez has been out, Michael Saunders has been seeing a lot of his playing time in center field for the Mariners.
Our friend Dave Niehaus dubbed him Gutierrez death to flying things for his prowess in the outfield, his ability to go get a ball when you didn't think anybody could catch up to it.
Yeah, the 1-2 pitch from Hefner to Gutierrez, and it is swung on and hit well towards center field, and this is back in the alleyway, and it's going to get down for extra bases, and Gutierrez is at second now. Struggling with it is Durango at center field, and Gutierrez is going to go all the way to third. Well, scratch what I said about having few expectations in the first game or two for Gutierrez. In his first at bat, he drives the ball to the gap and left center field. It has extra bases.
All I can say is Gutierrez might have caught that if he'd been in center field.
So Gutierrez is at third base. We'll see if they score that a double and an error or just a triple. Durango did have trouble picking up the ball out there. But he is at third with nobody out, and now Dustin Ackley is the hitter, and Ackley takes up and away, ball 1. Ackley has batted leadoff in every single game this season until today. He moves to the number 2 slot with Gutierrez in there. Next pitch is taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. Gutierrez is being credited with a triple, so...
Mike, that's the second triple of the season for the Tacoma Ball Club.
Now the next pitch to Ackley is down low. It rolls away from Luis Martinez, but not far enough for the runner to try to score. Yeah, the only other triple this year hit by Matt Tuiasosopo. Tacoma is on a pace to not even reach 10 triples as a team this year. That'll change.
The weather will warm up.
2-1 pitch. In for a strike to Ackley, and the count is even 2-2. Ackley's average at .212. Did not have a good road trip, but showed some signs of snapping out of it yesterday. Had a hard RBI single, and he takes a pitch up and in for a ball, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ackley, who leads the league in drawing walks, and the pitch is swung on, grounded down the first base line, and that's a fair ball that is going to go down towards the right field corner. And scoring from third is Gutierrez. Ackley ends up at second base, and the Rainiers have back-to-back singles here in the bottom, or back-to-back hits, extra base hits here in the bottom of the first inning. A run is on the board. Gutierrez with a triple and Ackley with a double. And now Matt Mangini will come to the plate. Mangini had a good road trip. And Mangini, with his average now at .319, no homers, 5 runs batted in. He's hit safely in his last 6 games. And here's the pitch, and it is taken inside for a ball. 1-0. So Gutierrez with a triple in his first at bat, and then Ackley doubles him in, and the Rainiers are off and running here in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody out. 1-0 the count to Matt Mangini, and the pitch is down low for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now time called, and Luis Martinez goes to the mound to talk to Hefner. We'll set up that Tucson defense for you. They have Matt Clark at first base, Patrick McKenna at second, Logan Forsythe at short. All 3 of those are first-year AAA players. At third base is Jesus Guzman. The outfield is Michael Stokes in left, another first-year AAA guy. Luis Durango is a returning player in center, and Aaron Cunningham, of course, is a returning player in right. Here's Hefner with a 2-0 pitch, and it is called a strike. 2-1 to Mangini. Jeremy Hefner on the hill, first-year AAA player. Last year at AA San Antonio, 11-8 with a 2.95 ERA in 28 starts. Hefner is 25 years old. As now the pitch is swung on and grounded foul on the first base side. 2-2 still. Hefner drafted out of Oral Roberts University in 2007, a 5th-round pick. And he's put up good numbers as a pro and has worked his way up to the AAA level. Now the pitch is down in the dirt, and the count goes full, 3-2. Hefner's a 3-pitch pitcher, a fastball in the low 90s, a curveball, and a changeup. And in talking to Tucson manager Terry Kennedy before the game, he says that Hefner's curveball and his changeup are both plus pitches, and that's what enables him to have success. 3-2 now to Mangini, and the pitch is the curveball for a called strike 3, and Mangini knew it, and he has struck out, and there's the first out in the bottom of the first inning. Oh, there it is, the Hefner curveball that Kennedy said was a good pitch, and he just dropped it in there on a full count to Mangini, and Mangini had he just watched it go by.
Not bad for a young pitcher to be confident enough in a pitch like that to throw it in that situation.
So 1 out, runner at second base, and here's Carlos Peguero, who had 3 hits yesterday in Reno, including a long home run that drew some oohs and ahs from the Reno Aces fans. Hit it just to the right of the batter's eye in center field. Here's the pitch from Hefner, and it's swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. Long run for Stokes. It's going to drop in foul territory, says third base umpire Mark Buchanan. He waves it foul, as it just did tail off and land in foul ground down the line. Peguero almost snuck that in there for extra bases. So simply a strike to Carlos Peguero, the Mariners' power-hitting prospect. Now, Hefner getting ready to work on Peguero once again as everyone is back in their place. And Hefner is set. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to the Tacoma left fielder. And it is poured in there for a strike, a fastball, and the count goes to 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Now the 0-2 pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Downfield straightaway. Wind still just howling out towards center field. And the pitch from Hefner is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a breaking ball. And Peguero racing down to first base, and the catcher is wounded. The catcher, Luis Martinez, got hit here, as Peguero is safe at first base because they did not throw down for the putout. And there is concern about the catcher, Martinez.
Toda acción provoca una reacción. Has oído hablar del efecto mariposa y del efecto paloma.
Yeah, they're looking at his nose, I think.
Yeah, there's some blood. They got the towel from the dugout, and the trainer using that on him right now. Yeah, he's going to be walked off, holding his head back to help him staunch the flow of blood.
Yeah, Luis Martinez has already missed some games this year. Missed 3 weeks with a hamstring strain, and he just got back in the lineup today. And then he leaves the game now having been hit in the head, and he's cut. So they're going to have to set a new catcher in there, and they have a veteran in Guillermo Quiroz, who's a former Rainier and Mariner, and Quiroz has been summoned from the dugout, and he's going to go in there and take over the catching. So a catching change here in the bottom of the first inning as Martinez got hit there, and I couldn't tell if he got hit by the backswing as he was trying to come out there or something else.
Must have been the backswing.
Yeah,
there was nothing else that could have occurred in there. There was no collision, no contact with the batter, or nothing of that sort. It must have been the follow through the backswing of the end of the bat as it came around.
So Martinez is out, and Guillermo Quiroz is in, and you can put Quiroz in the number 6 spot in the order for Tucson. And he's actually going to lead off in the second inning. And meanwhile, Peguero reaches base on a strike 3. Wild pitch is the official ruling. And there are runners at first and second with 1 out, and now Alex Liddy is the hitter. Liddy hitting .224, 4 homers, 13 RBIs, and has an RBI opportunity here. He homered twice yesterday, both to left field in Reno, one off a right-handed pitcher, one off the longtime veteran Major League lefty reliever Ron Mayhay. Liddy stands in, and here's the pitch from Hefner, and it's a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Liddy has reached base in his last 7 games. He's starting to have more success at the plate. His 4 home runs leads the team, and he also has 6 doubles. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it is down low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. So Liddy's well out ahead in the count, 2-0.
Martinez a tough loss for the Tucson Padres. Young man has only played in 4 games, but he's hitting .467, has some runs batted in. He looks pretty good at the plate.
Tarek Kennedy really likes his defense behind the dish. And he's a longtime Major League catcher. He would know. 2-0 to Liddy is drilled high and deep down the left field line. Way back. Is it fair? Yes, it is. A 3-run home run for Alex Liddy right down the left field line, and the Rainiers take a 4-1 lead. That was a no doubt about it, except for would it be fair or foul, and indeed it is a fair ball for Liddy, and he has his 5th home run and his 3rd in the last 24 hours. Liddy puts 3 on the board here at the bottom of the first inning, and Tacoma's off to a 4-1 lead.
Well, if Liddy starts to swing the bat and he shows every indication that he has begun that now, it's going to be almost a murderer's row lineup for the Tacoma Rainiers.
The Rainiers lineup is beginning to gel. As now Josh Bard stands in and takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Now, here's a fastball down low. Bard is at .297 with a homer and 10 RBIs. Switch hitter, bats left-handed. And Bard has hit safely in 6 straight games. So the next pitch is stroked into right field, and there's a base hit for Bard, and he is aboard with 1 out at the bottom of the first, and a little bit of trouble in right center field, but eventually the ball is picked up by Durango, the center fielder, and they will hold Bard to a single. So Bard cleanly lines a base hit towards right center. Mike Wilson will be up next, but here is a trip to the mound by the Tucson Padres pitching coach, Steve Weber, as Jeremy Hefner is off to a rough start here with the Rainiers already with 4 hits in this game, and they've hit for the cycle as a team. They have a single, a double, a triple, and a homer, not in that order.
Not necessary to be in that order. They have their cycle here, and that's big start. It was 9th innings on the road. Now it's 1st inning at home again tonight.
They welcome the lead. The Rainiers in the first homestand went 1-7, and not the way they wanted to play in that first homestand. But they're now back scoring runs again, and here's one of the reasons why. Mike Wilson injured for about 3 weeks, now 2.5 weeks, back in the lineup, and he swings and misses at the first pitch there, strike one. Wilson's hitting .350 in 10 games with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. So 0-1 the count to Wilson. And now the next pitch from Hefner is up and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 to Mike Wilson. And Hefner, he's just looking for outs right now. Any way you can get him. The 1-1 pitch. Called a strike, and it's 1-2 to Wilson, who looks a little dejected by that call. Wilson had 2 hits yesterday, had the game-winning hit on Saturday in the 9th inning. That was a double down the first baseline. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it swung on and pulled between short and third, and there's a base hit for Mike Wilson, and over to pick it up is Stokes, and Bard will go to second and stop there, and the Rainiers have 2 on with 1 out, and Johan Lamonta will be the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. Lamonta had a fantastic road trip, especially the Reno series. In the last 3 games, he had 9 hits, and his average is up to .373, which is 9th best in the Pacific Coast League. Left-hand hitter from Cuba, and the pitch from Hefner is taken a little bit low for a ball. It's 1-0. So 1-0 the count to Lamonta. And now Hefner's next offering is outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. 4-1 Rainiers, bottom of the first inning, and still only 1 out with a couple of runners on. And the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Lamonta's well ahead in the count. He'll have the green light here. He has really taken to the Pacific Coast League in his first experience at this level. The 3-0 pitch is in for a strike. So 3-1 to Lamonta. Sean Kazmar is on deck for Tacoma. And the pitch is in there for a strike, and the count goes full, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Lamonta. Darren Brown unlikely to send the runners with Josh Bard as the lead runner, although Lamonta has been good at making contact. Now the 3-2 pitch is a swing and a foul back to the screen. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. So we'll do it again. 3-2 to Lamonta. And the payoff is swung on and popped up foul behind the plate and out of play. Still 3-2. Still some streaks of sunlight out in the right field area, and a little bit, 1 streak of sunlight in the infield, stretching out towards the first baseman, Matt Clark, who's playing behind the runner with runners at first and second. Now the 3-2 to Lamonta, swing and a foul back, still 3-2. They have yet to turn the lights on here at Cheney Stadium, although that will change soon. And still blue skies overhead. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Lamonta. And the pitch is inside, ball 4, and Lamonta draws a walk, and the bases will be loaded. Bard goes down to third, Wilson takes second, and Lamonta heads to first, and there's still only 1 out in this inning, and Sean Kazmar, the number 9 batter, gets to hit in the first inning. And Kazmar settles in with a batting average sitting at .216. No homers, 11 RBIs. Franklin Gutierrez, who led off this inning with a triple, is now on deck. Hefner is set. And the pitch is up and away for a ball, 1-0. Pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air to left field, and this is up in the wind. Stokes is at the track, and he'll have room, and he'll make the catch. Tagging at third is Bard. He is headed home, and the other runners will move up as well, and the Rainiers now lead it 5-1.
I thought that one had wings to get out of here, Mike. I was watching it to the wall, and it just kind of died when it got to the warning track.
A deep sacrifice fly for Sean Kazmar, not too far away from being a grand slam, but he'll take the RBI, and it is now a 5-1 lead. And down at second base, Johan Lamonta went into second base a little bit awkwardly because the Padres left fielder fired into third base, and then Guzman fielded it and relayed the throw down to second where Lamonta had gotten a late jump from first base, and it was actually kind of a close play over there. Lamonta got a little bit banged up, but he indicates that he's okay, and he's going to stay in the ball game. Runners are at second and third with 2 outs for Franklin Gutierrez, who got all this started with a triple. So Gutierrez will bat twice in his first inning as a Rainier. This is Gutierrez's first Pacific Coast League game since 2002, as now the Padres just appealed at second base to see if Mike Wilson had tagged up in time on that fly ball, and the umpires indicated that he did. So now they'll pitch to Franklin Gutierrez. Hefner he's got to wait for Gutierrez to get settled in, and now we're ready. Hefner peering over his glove for the sign. Now he rocks and delivers, and there's a curveball missing down and in for a ball, 1-0. Gutierrez was originally signed by the Dodgers out of Venezuela, and in 2002 he was an emergency fill-in for 2 games with Las Vegas, even though he was playing that season in low A ball. And he actually hit. He went 3 for 10 in his 2 games. As here's a pitch up and away to Gutierrez. 2 balls, no strikes. And then Gutierrez was traded the following year to the Indians. So the next pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. So when he got his real AAA action, when he was trying to break into the major leagues, he was in the International League with the Indians affiliate, which was in Buffalo. 2-1 pitch is in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gutierrez. Franklin Gutierrez now with the even count. And the pitch is a breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Hefner got him, and that closes out the inning. Hefner strikes out 3 in the inning, but the Rainiers don't mind because they had 5 runners touch home plate. 5 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors. 2 runners left on. We go to the second inning. It's Tacoma 5, Tucson 1.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit matrixdirect.com.
Do you think you're getting your money's worth for your life insurance policy? Because if you're 40 and married and are paying more than $16 a month, chances are you're paying too much. Hi, I'm Brent Langdon for Matrix Direct. We partnered with American General Life to find you their lowest rates on term life insurance products. And if you're 40 years old and married, we could find you a $250,000 policy for less than $16 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. Call 1-800-817-1057. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how much we could save you. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. And the call is absolutely free. Call Matrix Direct. 1-800-817-1057. That's 1-800-817-1057. 1-800-817-1057.
What if a bank did more than take care of your money? and took the time to find out what's really important. At KeyBank, we talk to you about the big and small things. From how to set up mobile banking and bill pay, to what's the best way to tap into your home's equity, to managing your company's cash flow. So together, we can take care of all those things that matter most today and tomorrow. Stop into your nearest KeyBank, start a conversation, and unlock your possibilities. KeyBank is member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, we go to the second inning of play here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma. It's 5-1. The Rainiers with a lead over the Tucson Sidewinders. And the Sidewinders are going to lead off with Guillermo Quiroz, who didn't even start this game, and here he is batting in the second inning as the starting catcher Luis Martinez left the game after he was hit by the backswing of Carlos Peguero in the bottom of the first. So Quiroz stands in, former Rainier, hitting .288 for Tucson with a homer and 9 RBIs, and he takes a pitch up and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Quiroz will be followed by Matt Clark and then Michael Stokes. Next offering is in for a strike, 1-1 the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Guillermo Quiroz. Played in the Little League World Series for Venezuela. That was his first trip to the U.S. for baseball. He swings and misses at the next pitch, and there's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Quiroz. Quiroz played in 2 games in the big leagues with Seattle last year, had a couple of hits. Now the 1-2 pitch is a called strike 3, and Fabio Castro K's Guillermo Quiroz, and 1 man is out in the top of the second inning. Called strike 3 right on the inside edge, and that is the first strikeout for Castro, and now Matt Clark will be the batter. Folks, Rainiers Baseball is being brought to you in part by Master Park. When you need airport parking, park your car at Master Park. They have 4 locations in SeaTac, and at Master Park you always get valet service. Check out the details online, masterparking.com. Clark hits the first pitch in the air, foul on the third base side, and Liddy came over for a look, but it was out of play. So strike 1 to Clark. Clark is behind in the count, 0-1. Next delivery is low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now here's one in there for a strike. 1-2. 1-2 pitch on the way. And it is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And Matt Clark has struck out, and that is back-to-back strikeouts for Fabio Castro. 2 men are gone in the top of the second inning, and now Michael Stokes will be the hitter. Well, Castro can rack up those strikeouts, and entering play today, he had 20 of them in 18 1/3 innings, and now he has back-to-back punch-outs to start the second inning. And here's Michael Stokes, who was summoned from the lower minor leagues to fill in for the Tucson Padres, who have been hit by injuries right now. And he swings and hits a little blooper to shallow right field, and that's going to drop for his first AAA hit. Michael Stokes loops one out there into shallow right field, and he is aboard. He was playing rookie ball last year. He's only 20 years old, and he was 0 for 2 coming off the bench. And today he gets a start and loops a base hit to right field. So he's aboard with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. And now Tucson's second baseman, Patrick McKenna, will come to the plate. McKenna's 2 for 15 so far with the Padres. Right-hand hitter, the number 9 man in the Tucson Padres lineup. Castro just looked towards first base, and Stokes went diving in head first. Now he takes his lead. And there he goes, and the pitch is down in the dirt, and no throw by Bard. Stokes steals second base with a head-first dive. So Stokes swipes second base, and he's now in scoring position.
He stole 9 bases in 36 games last year in low A ball, rookie ball.
And he's got his first AAA hit, and now his first AAA steal today. Stokes was a 29th round pick just last year. out of Southern California, community college. So now Castro's pitch is down low to McKenna. 2 balls, no strikes.
Went to Orange Coast College, drafted in the last year's draft. Shows you how quickly the kids are moving up now to AAA already.
I think he's filling in here because they have injured players, the Tucson Padres do. Bobby Kelty, the Major League veteran, one of their players they expected to have here is on the DL. So here's a pitch down low. 3 balls, no strikes. And today, Cedric Hunter's not in the lineup. He's one of their regulars. And as an outfielder, which is where Stokes is playing. Well, it's 3-0 to McKenna with Luis Durango on deck. And now Fabio Castro with his pitch. And this is taken outside, ball 4, and McKenna will head down to first base. He draws a walk, and Castro has allowed the 8 and 9 hitters to reach against him, and now he'll work on Luis Durango. Durango flying to center earlier. He's 0 for 1. "5-1 Rainiers, 2 outs, top of the second inning. Fabio Castro to work on Luis Durango. And the pitch is a fastball for a strike. 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch swung on and popped up in the air, foul down the first baseline and out of play. That'll land on the grassy berm, which is closed today after it took quite a bit of rain earlier in the day. So no balls, 2 strikes to Luis Durango, and Castro can get out of this inning. Now Castro with his 0-2 pitch, and it is up high and outside for a ball. 1-2. Rainier sent 10 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first inning and scored 5 runs. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Castro. And it is up and away. Pickoff play to first, and diving back in safely is McKenna as the Rainiers tried to backpick against the trailing runner. And they almost got him. And now Josh Bard's going to go to the mound and talk to Castro for a minute. So 2-2 will remain the count here to Luis Durango, who was with the Portland Beavers all of last year and hit 300 on the dot and stole 35 bases. And he spent some time in the big leagues with the Padres as well. Now Castro is set. And the 2-2 pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and fouled off into the seats on the first base side. The lights are now on here at Cheney Stadium. Castro rubs up a new baseball. This is the first of 8 straight here at Cheney Stadium. The weather is supposed to get better as the week progresses. That's what they say anyway. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is just a bit outside, ball 3, and the count goes full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Castro trying to close off this top of the second inning where there were 2 outs and no one on, and now he's dealing with a couple of base runners. Here's the 3-2 pitch with the runners going, and it's down and in, ball 4. He lost him, and that is the second straight walk issued by Castro, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Logan Forsythe. Well, Forsythe is going to get a chance to do some damage here, and he's already hit 4 home runs this season. Forsythe is known as a very patient hitter who draws a lot of walks. In fact, he walked 105 times in 2009 at the A-ball levels, and then last year in Double-A drew 75 walks. And there's nowhere to put him. Castro's pitch is over for a called strike. It's 0-1. Forsythe already with 15 walks this year. Has a .429 on base percentage entering play today. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Now Castro with the 0-1, and it is a swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. And once again, Castro's ahead in the count. Now the challenge comes, can he put him away? No balls, 2 strikes to Forsythe. And Castro is ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. And it is a called strike 3, and down goes Forsythe, and the inning is over. 3 pitches, and Castro strikes him out looking, and that does it for Tucson at the top of the second inning. No runs on a hit. There were no errors, and 3 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Tacoma 5, Tucson 1.
If you're a male at least 30 pounds overweight, which would you rather have, diabetes or heart disease? It may sound ridiculous, but if you're overweight, you're more likely to get one of them. Because being overweight isn't just a cosmetic problem, it's a health hazard. That's why Sensa for Men is sending free 30-day trials to men who need to lose at least 30 pounds. Call 1-800-913-1939 now. This weight loss breakthrough does not require added exercise or a change in your lifestyle, but it will help you lose hazardous extra weight. In a 6-month clinical study, participants lost an average of 30 pounds using Sensa for Men without giving up their favorite foods. To take advantage of the free 30-day trial, you must act now. Due to overwhelming demand, there's a strict limit of 1 per household. Again, if you are a male who needs to lose more than 30 pounds, call now for your free 30-day trial of Sensa for Men. 1-800-913-1939. 1-800-913-1939.
My name is Shonda Marshall. I'm a single mom, so I have to watch every penny.
We all do, and State Farm agents can help by making sure you're getting the car insurance discounts you deserve. Just ask for a free discount double check, and you can save hundreds of dollars.
No, I can't afford to have pride. I have children to feed, but show me how to make a better way and do things on my own. That's perfect.
Find a State Farm agent in your area who can help you get discounts up to 40% and make sure you have the right coverage. Visit yourtrafficalerts.com to connect with an agent.
State Farm is there. Discounts may vary state to state.
We go to the bottom of the second inning here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma. The Raiders with a 5-1 lead over the Tucson Sidewinders. Mike Curto with you alongside Bob Robertson tonight as the Raiders batted around in the first, sent 10 batters to the plate, scored 5 runs. Dustin Ackley hitting in the 2-hole today takes the first pitch from Jeremy Hefner outside, ball 1. Hefner had a long first inning, threw 47 pitches in the first. His next pitch to Ackley is in for a strike, and the count is even. It's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Ackley, and now here's a breaking ball down low. 2-1 the count. Now the 2-1 delivery is on the way. And it is swung on and hit in the air to left field, not deep. Stokes comes in towards the line, and the left fielder makes the catch, and 1 man is out in the bottom of the second inning. So Ackley flies to left, and now Matt Mangini will be the hitter. Mangini is 0 for 1 in this game. He struck out looking in the first, so he settles in now. Now the pitch from Hefner is taken down and in for a ball. I want to know the count. Next offering, low. 2 balls, no strikes. So 2-0 the count. Mangini out ahead. Jeremy Hefner's next offering is just a bit outside for a ball. 1-0. Or a 3-0, pardon me. So 3-0 now, and here's the next pitch. Misses, ball 4, and Mangini draws a 4-pitch walk, and he is aboard with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning, and that'll send Carlos Peguero to the plate. Well, the Rainiers were on the road yesterday. There was a baseball event here at Cheney Stadium yesterday, and Bob Robertson, you were a part of it. They called it the Fan Go-Around, and they brought out all kinds of ball players from past Tacoma teams, and you got to do some of the emceeing, huh?
Yeah, standing out in the bright sunshine, looking up into the sun, wearing sunglasses, and introducing people like Gaylord Perry, who, of course, pitched here in the very first years of the old Giants in 1960. Don Larson, who pitched the perfect game in the World Series in 1956 and finished his career here with a half dozen appearances for the Cubs, and a lot of other fellas who had played in various uniforms here at Cheney Stadium down through the years.
Now here's a pitch to Carlos Peguero, a current Tacoma player, and he takes the strike, 0-1 the count. And it wasn't just the big names. They brought out all kinds of players representing all the different teams, from what I understand.
We had players from amateur baseball teams, from softball teams, both men and women, teams that had won national championships.
Now the 0-1 to Peguero, swing and a miss there, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
Teams like the Woodworth construction team, the Cheney Studs, Stanley Schumann, and a lot of the softball teams, the old Irwin Dodge team called the Dodgers, and had a couple of the Tacoma Rocket hockey players playing for them in softball.
0-2 pitch to Peguero, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hefner gets the strikeout, and that is the second out of the inning. So strikeout number 4 for Hefner already. 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and now Alex Liddy comes to the plate. He hit a 3-run homer in the first inning. Well, one of the players from the event yesterday who is still here today, A.J. Zapp, who hit the first home run over the wall in center field. He's supposed to join us next inning, so we'll get him to relive that moment. It's the first pitch to Liddy, misses for a ball.
Well, we did get to relive it yesterday with A.J. here, and we had your call of that one as the ball sailed over that big barrier in center field.
The 1-0 pitch to Liddy is up and in for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
That hit of A.J.'s, it cleared at 425 feet, but as I said yesterday, it had to go somewhere to land, and it didn't drop straight down. They measured it at 505.
That's right. The 2-0 is in for a strike, 2-1. In fact, it was Rainier's employee Kevin Kalal, who's actually at the ballpark today, who went. He saw that ball go over there, and he happened to be out down the right field line at that time, and he went running out behind the center field fence and got the ball. 2-1 pitch. And it swung on and grounded to third, right past Jesus Guzman, who tried to backhand it, and it is trickling down the left field line, and Mangini will go to third, and ending up at second base is Alex Liddy, and there are runners at second and third with 2 outs for Josh Bard. Guzman should have fielded that ball. He might have played it into a hit by reaching across with the backhand and not touching it. We'll see how they score it.
While you're waiting for that, I'd just throw in Kevin Kalal has done almost everything except play shortstop and catch for the Tacoma ball clubs here during the years in the Pacific Coast League. He was the handy Andy of all handy Andys.
Here's Josh Bard with 2 in scoring position and 2 outs, and the pitch is taken down and in for a ball, 1-0. Bard yesterday went 1 for 5 with a double and scored a run in Reno. He's been doing a very nice job with runners in scoring position, batting .346, and he swings and lines a base hit into right field, and there's another hit to drive in runs. Mangini scores. Here comes Liddy. He will score as well as the throw trickles into the cutoff man. Josh Bard with a 2-run single, and the Rainiers now lead it 7-1. Bard with his 11th and 12th RBIs of the year, and Tacoma's piling up the runs here in the early innings. Mike Wilson is now the hitter. And now Jeremy Hefner is ready. And the pitch to Wilson is a swing and a miss. There's strike 1. Still don't have a ruling on the previous play, the ball that was hit by Liddy. Now the pitch.
That was an error to the third baseman, Mike. Just got the word from the score.
All right, error on the third baseman. So first error of the game for Tucson. Now the pitch is swung on and crushed down the left field line. This might be another one, and it is. It's out of here. Mike Wilson with a 2-run shot to left field, and the Rainiers are just pouring it on here in the bottom of the second inning. The Rainiers leading the Tucson Padres 9-1 after that Mike Wilson home run to left field. And that's the second home run the Rainiers have hit in this game. And for Mike Wilson, it's his third of the season. And now Johan Lamonta will bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Lamonta drew a walk in the first inning, his only plate appearance so far. And the pitch is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count to Lamonta. Now Hefner with his next offering. It's swung on and hit in the air to center field, but this will do it. It is caught by Durango, and the inning is over. 4-run score for the Rainiers at the bottom of the second inning. After a 2-out error, 4 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and no one left on base. We move to the third with the score: Tacoma 9, Tucson 1.
Seattle homeowners is one 5-minute call today. Worth your time if it saves you hundreds of dollars this month and tens of thousands over the next few years. Well, with today's legendary APRs, as low as the 3s and low 4s, we're finding most people are paying way too much on their mortgage, and they don't even know it. I'm Hayes Barnard, owner of Paramount Equity, and these rates with our smart programs create no-nonsense ways to quickly pay off your home with less interest and seriously increase your cash flow. Remember, as a direct lender, we call the shots on who qualifies, and there's never any upfront costs. Just imagine how good you'll feel when all this forecasted inflation hits, and you've already made that one simple call to lock in an APR in the 3s or low 4s. Paramount Equity is committed to saving our neighbors money. Call 289-8000 today. 425-289-8000.
Rates are subject to change. Washington license number CL30336.
Washington's lottery gift idea, number 10.
It's time to find a gift for that special someone. So you hit the old standby. Chocolats. The gift of mystery nougat. How romantic. If you want to give a real thrill, give the small gift that could turn into something big. Give scratch instead.
Scratch odds vary by game. Must be 18 to purchase. Problem gambling helpline 1-800-547-6133. Visit wildlottery.com for details.
Your home for Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, Tony Bruno, and Tacoma Rainiers Baseball. South Sports 850 AM. KHHO, Tacoma.
We go to the third inning of play. The Rainiers with a 9-1 lead over Tucson. Just 2 innings into this one. Fabio Castro with all kinds of run support. The lefty will face the middle of the Padres lineup. It'll be Aaron Cunningham, Anthony Rizzo, and Jesus Guzman in the top of the third inning. As Cunningham settles into the batter's box, a special guest joins me in the broadcast booth, A.J. Zapp, former Rainiers player. A man who hit 30 home runs in a season here. As the pitch to Cunningham is in for a strike. And A.J., you're in town for the weekend. Welcome back.
Thank you, Mike.
You have a bit of history in this ballpark that I don't think, it'll stand forever. As here's a grounder to third by Cunningham, fielded by Liddy, and he throws to first for the out, and one man's gone in the top of the third, and Anthony Rizzo will be next. That center field fence, 425 feet from home plate, 29 feet tall. You hit the first ball over it in a game.
Yes, it was a night like tonight with the wind blowing out a little bit, and I had some help from the pitcher on the mound, Joe Blanton, so he was throwing hard that night and put a good swing on it.
And it got over that fence, and it was stunning, I think, to most people watching it, everyone watching it. Certainly to me, as the first pitch to Rizzo is in for a strike, just because I never expected to see a ball go over it. We've seen a few balls hit it. It happens every year a couple of times. Someone will hit the fence on the fly. But when the ball sailed over it, I was stunned. And how did you feel when you saw it go over?
I was stunned a little bit, too. I was rounding first, and I saw it go over, and I threw my hand in the air and then came around to third and, shook Dan Roan's hand. And I think he was surprised also because he had been here, a couple of years managing. So
yeah, he played here in the 80s, too.
Yep.
Yeah, there's now 0-2 pitch to Anthony Rizzo up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the third. We're visiting with A.J. Zapp. It was the 2004 season when you homered over the center field wall, and there had been rumors that Jose Canseco had done it in the 1980s when he was here. There's a pitch outside now, 1-2. So after the season, I went to the library and I researched this. I never got a chance to tell you because he never came back in, but I think I mailed you the article if I recall correctly. I researched this. Canseco only hit 2 home runs at home. He hit most of his homers on the road. He only hit 9. And neither of them were to center field. They were both, you could read the newspaper article, they were both to left field. And there was a note that he did it during batting practice. So that's what everyone was talking about. He did it in batting practice. Maybe the gates were open for BP, I don't know. But there was a story about him doing it in batting practice. Here's a swing and a fly to shallow center, and this is going to drop for a base hit in front of Wilson. And Anthony Rizzo has a 1-out single for Tucson in the top of the third. Jesus Guzman is next. So what's it like coming back to the place after all the, it hasn't been that long, 2004.
Yeah, I've enjoyed my trip here. We flew in on Saturday and brought my wife and my 6-year-old son. My wife was pregnant with my son at the time, and then we didn't know if he was going to be born here in Tacoma or back in Indy. So we've enjoyed our time here the last couple of days. Had a nice day yesterday for the fan go around, bringing back some former players and managers. So I've enjoyed my time.
It's great to get you back into Cheney Stadium after that year, which was, you had a big year individually. Huge statistics that season. Is now a 1-0 pitch to Guzman, is in for a strike, 1-1. And I remember there was a lot of talk at the time that you might get a call to the big leagues in September when the rosters expand, and in the end it didn't happen. And then you left the Mariners organization, and what happened?
I signed with the Reds, and I was in AAA in Louisville in 2005, and then I signed with the Dodgers in 2006.
Now it's swinging a bouncer up the middle. Ackley fields it, touches second for 1, throws to first, in time for 2. The Raiders turn a double play, a difficult one for Ackley at second base. He had to dance around fielding that ball and then touching the bag and then throwing to first, and that ends the top of the third. AJ, you good for another half inning?
Sure.
All right, we'll go to the commercial break here. To the bottom of the third we go. Tacoma leading Tucson 9-1.
Are you in sales, or do you own your own business? If so, I want you to think of a number. Think of the amount of money you'd like to make this year. Do you have it? Okay. So what's stopping you? It's not your drive. It's not your skills. Chances are, it's your ability to find new leads. It's not easy. But what if, with one phone call, you could actually get your hands on as many new sales leads as you could handle, and actually make that number you have in your head? It's not too good to be true. It's Sales Genie from Info Group, America's leading provider of sales leads, plus money-making email and direct mail solutions. No matter what you're selling or who you're selling to, Sales Genie has the sales leads you need. Right now, they'll give you a free trial just for calling. Call Sales Genie at 1-800-719-2562 and get your free trial. Call 1-800-719-2562. 1-800-719-2562. Again, that's 1-800-719-2562.
The Warthog Barbecue Pit Restaurant and Catering is proud to be the official barbecue of the Tacoma Rainiers Baseball Club. They've served the local community as Tacoma's hometown barbecue for over a decade and have become a Northwest barbecue landmark. Visit the Warthog Barbecue Pit at Cheney Stadium or the restaurant in Fife. If you're planning a party, let Warthog Catering help make your event a success. They've catered events for hundreds of local businesses, organizations, and family occasions. Think barbecue? Think Warthog. Check them out at warthogbarbecue.com. That's warthogbbbq.com or call 253-896-9051.
We we go to the bottom of the third inning. Tacoma leading Tucson by a score of 9-1. And a new pitcher to the ball game for the Tucson Padres, left-hander Aaron Pareda, takes over for Jeremy Hefner, who ended up allowing 9 runs, only 5 earned, though, in 2 innings of work. Gave up 7 hits, walked 2, and struck out 4. So Pareda, hard-throwing lefty, is in from the bullpen as the Tucson Padres have been forced to go to the pen early. Pareda 2-0 with a 3.14 ERA. It's in his 12th game out of the pen for Tucson. The Rainiers will send Sean Kazmar, Franklin Gutierrez, and Dustin Ackley to the plate this inning. Well, we're visiting with A.J. Zapp, former Rainier from the 2004 season, first player to homer over the giant wall in center field late in the 2004 season. Now, the weirdest thing happened after you did that, and no one had hit one over that wall in 44 years, and then you go and do it. And then the following season in April, with the wind blowing out even harder, in a night kind of like this one, Shin-Soo Choo went and did it. And so it's actually happened twice, both within a span of about 20 home games.
Is that right? I do remember reading about it, and it sounds like he had a pretty good shot, too.
Yeah. First pitch to Sean Kazmar, in for a strike. Kazmar hit a sac fly earlier. The only plate appearance, and now the next pitch is down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. We were talking during the commercial break. You had 2 really memorable moments here in terms of home runs. That one over the giant wall, and then a walk-off grand slam in the 9th inning to cap a game in which you had 9 runs batted in. And that's got to be, I would think, one of the more remarkable ways to finish a game possible.
Yeah, it was probably my best game statistically. And, with the 5 hits and the 9 RBIs, and just, the game I'll never forget. And, it was, a great feeling walking around the bases after that.
Sean Kazmar pulls a foul ball down the left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The man you hit that grand slam off of was David Aardsma, now the Mariners' closer. And I don't know if he's here today. He might be right now. But if not, I expect we'll see him tomorrow. He's currently rehabbing with the Rainiers. And when he came and pitched here on the last homestand, we were joking about it because the last time he pitched in this stadium was that grand slam. That was the last pitch he's thrown in this stadium as Kazmar hits a fly ball to left field that'll be caught by Michael Stokes, and 1 man's out in the 3rd. So don't go down to the clubhouse because Aardsma might be in there, and I don't think he wants to see you.
I think we battled, if I remember right, we battled 6 or 7 pitches, and then finally got a good pitch to hit. I mean, he was throwing some, good fastball that night, which he's still got a great fastball. So luckily left one over the plate.
Here's Franklin Gutierrez rehabbing with the Rainiers today, and he swings and fouls a pitch off on the first base side and into the seats, strike 1. So you spent a year with the Reds in AAA in the International League, and then I know you went to the Dodgers eventually.
Yep, I went to the Dodgers in 2006, and then I retired after the 2006 season with the Dodgers.
Gutierrez hits a fly to shallow right field on the 0-1 pitch, and this is going to be caught by Cunningham for the 2nd out of the inning. So what do you do now? You retire, get to AAA, don't break through in the majors, decide to hang them up. What do you do?
I had a great 11-year career and no regrets. But now I am a Nike sales rep in the state of Indiana. So sell uniforms and footwear and to high schools and colleges in the state of Indiana.
And I will relay for the listeners, as here's a strike to Ackley, 0-1, that A.J. Zapp is currently wearing a Nike pullover, Nike shoes, and that's all that I can see right now.
Yeah.
0-1 pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Does that mean you travel around the state a lot?
I do. Everything's commute, so really, I'm home with my family. I've got 3 kids, and all under the age of 6. They keep me busy, and my 6-year-old's, starting Little League now, so I'm able to coach his team.
All right. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Ackley as he takes one inside. Well, it's definitely great to have you back out to Cheney Stadium, and I hope your fans there, or your family, is enjoying the trip as well.
They are. We've had a blast. It's been great hospitality since I've been here the last couple of days, and I wish I had this stadium when I played here. I mean, this is awesome.
You'd probably have a few more home runs, too, now that they lowered the fences, except for your wall in center field.
I like to think so.
2-2 pitch is up and in, ball 3 to Ackley. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Rainier's second baseman, Dustin Ackley. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Rainiers with a 9-1 lead in the early going over the Tucson Padres. Ackley seems to always get a full count, and he's got another one right now. And now the 3-2 on the way from Pareda is swung on and bounced up the middle, ranging to his left and cutting it off as the shortstop Forsythe, and his throw to first is too late. Ackley with that good speed legs it out. He has an infield single. The inning will continue, and Matt Mangini will come to the plate. What are some of your fond memories of that season 04 you had with the Rainiers? A big one for you individually. The team that year was not a playoff team. It had hot at times, yes, if I recall correctly.
Yep, we made a run at the end. I think I want to say Portland edged us out. The last couple of weeks there, but. We sent a lot of guys to the big leagues. A couple of guys are still playing now. And, like I said, I think we went through a bunch of players that year, bringing guys up from rookie ball and single A. So,
now 0-2 count to Mangini. Did you stay in touch with anyone from the Mariners organization? You were only in the system for 1 year, right?
Yeah, I was 2 years. I was in
Double-A.
Double-A,
yeah.
But Ryan Langerhans was in my wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
We came up with the Braves, and I think he's been with the Mariners the last couple of years.
That's right.
He might have played here last year, is that right?
He was with us for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah. Then they decided they needed him up above.
Yeah. I think he got off to a little bit of a hot start this year. A couple homers.
Right.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Mangini with a runner at first and 2 outs. And Pareda's pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Been visiting with A.J. Zapp, part of the Legends weekend, I guess we'll call it, that happened here yesterday. You guys all came out, and we were on the road. I didn't get to say hi to everybody.
I know.
Next pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Mangini is K'd, and the inning is over. But no runs on a hit and 1 left in the inning. Rainiers lead at 9-1 as we go to the 4th. A.J., thanks for coming up and talking to us and updating us and reminding us about that home run, a great moment in Tacoma baseball history.
Very much, Mike.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, A.J. That's A.J. Zapp. We go to the 4th. Rainiers lead 9-1.
Monthly payment calculation assumes 5% down at 7% APR over 30 years.
If you just bought a house and paid more than $34,000, you're going to want to change the station, because we're about to tell everyone listening how to buy a house for as low as $34,000. So if you don't want to hear about these incredible deals, please change the station now. Imagine finding a great 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for $34,000. That's $215 a month. To learn how to get a free list of foreclosures, call 1-800-514-3546 now. CRN is offering rebates of up to $1,000 in cash. And if you call right now, you can find out how to get up to an extra $2,500 on top of that. So call in the next 30 minutes for your free foreclosure list. Again, to learn how to get a free list of foreclosures that may be available in your area, call CRN at 1-800-514-3546. That's 1-800-514-3546. 1-800-514-3546.
Ohana Harbor Coffee is a proud sponsor of the Tacoma Rainiers. You won't find Ohana Harbor on any map because it isn't a place. It's a state of mind. In Hawaii, Ohana means family. In Ohana Harbor, you'll find a family of island-inspired flavors blended with the rich coffee roots of the Pacific Northwest. Get away to Ohana Harbor and discover a taste of paradise in every cup. Look for fresh roasted Ohana Harbor coffee at your local market and pick some up today. Mahalo, from our Ohana to yours. Ohana Harbor Coffee. Oh, that's good.
We go to the 4th inning of play. Rainiers leading Tucson 9-1, and we just had A.J. Zapp in the booth for an inning, and now we're going to send it to Bob Robertson. Take it away, Bob.
All right, thank you, Mike. And Fabio Castro ready to pitch his 4th inning on a chilly night under clear skies, lights on, and a big lead already, 9-1 for the Rainiers. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and a breaking ball, strike called on the inside corner just above the knees to the guy they call Q, Mr. Quiros, and a tap on the plate now now by the second catcher of the ball game for the Tucson Ball Club, and he swings and fouls the second pitch back into the stands, and so the count is 2 strikes. Heroes, Matt Clark, Michael Stokes, the first 3 scheduled batters, 6, 7, 8 in the batting order for the visiting Tucson Ball Club tonight. The Padres. Heroes, a veteran. Here's the pitch to him, and a fastball that is outside and a little bit low, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Heroes is 29 years old now, played at West Tennessee and with Seattle and Tacoma all last year, so he moved around a bit. Here's the pitch to him, and a fastball strike called on the inside corner, and he's out of there. Heroes caught that on his shoulder, called out, strike 3. That is 4 strikeouts for Fabio Castro in the ballgame. And at the plate now, with Heroes retired, will come Matt Clark. Clark, the left-hand batting first baseman, batting .278, and a strikeout victim his last time up. That was back in the second inning. Outfield plays him pretty much straight away, not too deep. The infield straight away, and here comes the pitch by Castro, and the curveball on the inside, and up a little bit, it's ball 1. Matt Clark up there at the plate, a tap on home plate. He's a graduate of Louisiana State. Good baseball program collegiately. Here's the fastball swung on and grounded foul up against the low fence behind the first base coaching box, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt was drafted by the San Diego Padres, 12th round in 2008. He's a big kid, 6'5", 215 pounds. Waggles the bat a bit from the left-hand side, feet square away, and here comes the pitch. Curve, swinging a foul, and that one bounced off the bat of the on-deck hitter waiting. Michael Stokes, who's standing not in the on-deck circle, swinging the bat back and forth. That ball hit the barrel of his bat in foul territory. A ball and 2 strikes then on Matt Clark. Clark will back away for a moment, then get right back in. Here's the wind, and here comes the pitch by the left-hander, swinging a long fly ball, hit deep to right field. Right fielder going back on the ball, and that ball is gone. It's a home run. Clark hit that one over the lower right center field fence over Johan Lamonta, and that ball out into the service road beyond the wall. That's the second run of the ball game for Tucson, and the score now is 9-2. As Clark spikes the plate, that's his first home run of the season, his 8th run batted in. He got all of that one and hit it over that much lower than it once was outfield fence.
It's the first AAA home run for Clark, who is in his first year at this level. His father, Terry Clark, played AAA ball for the Tucson Toros back in the back about 20 years ago.
I should have worn a Toro hat or a Sidewinder one here tonight.
No. Well, Rainiers only.
I've got several Rainier caps of different designs. Here comes the pitch now by Castro. Swing and a miss. Took a little off the fastball, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Michael Stokes. 1-1. Stokes, young man who came out of Orange Coast College in California, played a bit last year, 36 games. Here comes the pitch to him, and a fastball, and he jackknifed away from the plate that time. It was inside on the belt buckle, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Came in tonight without a batting average. He'd only been to the plate a couple of times. Was 0 for 2, 1 strikeout. Here's a swing and a miss and a fastball in on the hands, and the count now is even at 2-2. Last year, this youngster got to the plate. He was in 48 games. He batted .230 during that time. Here comes the pitch, swinging a foul straight back into the screen behind the plate. So the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. And we are in the top half of inning number 4 here at Cheney Stadium tonight. What a beautiful day it was, and what a pretty evening it is, with a few clouds skipping across the sky. No Mount Rainier yet. Here comes the pitch, curveball down in the dirt at the batter's feet that time, and the count goes full to 3-2. Michael, spelled M-Y-K-A-L, 23 years old now. He was born in Santa Ana, California, lives in Tuscon down in Southern California. And on the mound, the little left-hander, Fabio Castro, cranks up, pumps the knee, and here's the throw, and a fastball high and outside. It's ball 4. Stokes draws the walk and throws the bat away, goes to first base. 3rd walk plus a hit batter among the free transportation issued in the ballgame so far by Castro. But he has a 9-2 lead as we play in the top half of the 4th inning. First game of an 8-game homestand. First 4, of course, against the Tucson Padres, as they are now called. This is a team that does not figure to stay in Tucson. They likely will be eventually in the San Diego area, but for the moment at least, they are calling Tucson home. At the plate, here is Patrick McKenna. Right-hand batter, open stance, feet wide apart. The check at first base now, and here's Castro's pitch. Fastball, he almost threw it away. The catcher, Bard, did a nice job. Came up in a hurry out of the stance and backhanded that ball to prevent the wild pitch. So the count on McKenna is 1 ball and no strikes. 23-year-old Patrick McKenna. He's from Orange, Connecticut. Travels a long way, plays in Tucson, Arizona. He's in the ball game here in Tacoma, Washington tonight. Here's the check at first, pretty sizable lead. Here's the pitch and a fastball high and tight. He leaned away and took that. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. 5'10", 170-pounder. Last year at Lakeland in Class A ball, he batted .245. Now he's back at the plate once again. Here's McKenna. Stokes the lead at first base with 1 out. The infield up partway looking for the double play. Here's the pitch, and a change is outside. That one missed completely, and the count now goes to 3-0. 3-0 count on a right-hand hitter, and to the rosin bag at the back of the mound will go Fabio Castro. Now walks back up the hill again, digs a little bit with the spikes. Field in good shape despite the rain today. Here's the pitch on the way, and a fastball right down Broadway called strike. Batter taking all the way, and the count is 3-1. The infield was covered during the time of the rain this afternoon. Mike, that was about the time your plane was landing. It came down really hard in this area, but they had it covered. Here comes the pitch now, and a fastball a little bit high at eye level, and it's ball 4, high and outside. So that'll be the 4th walk given up by Castro in the ball game. Runners now first and second with 1 man out. And to the top of the batting order we go, as the hitter now will be Luis Durango.
And I'm sure that Darren Brown and Dwight Bernard aren't real pleased to see Castro walk the 8 and 9 hitters back-to-back with a 7-run lead in the 4th inning. Just want him to throw strikes here and let him put the ball in play.
8 and 9 hitters have been on base between them 4 times now in 4 tries, 3 walks, 1 single. And the number 7 hitter has 1 home run in 2 trips. So the bottom third of the order has been the most productive so far for Tucson. There's the stretch and set now. The left-hander checks at second, and the pitch on the way, and the batter had to skip rope to get out of the way. That ball down and in, and Durango pulled the foot back out of the way. It's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Luis, the 25-year-old from Panama City, Panama. New supply of baseballs and a visit to the mound now. Here comes the pitching coach out as Fabio Castro is having a little trouble finding the strike zone. And we'll have a conference at the mound now. Dwight Bernard is out. Catcher Bard has gone out. A couple of the infielders have come up to join in the discussion. It's a 9-2 ball game, but you don't want to let the visiting team start to whittle away at it. They've got a lot of turns at bat yet to go. Opportunities to chip away 1 run here, 2 runs there. They've already knocked off 1 run off the early lead in this inning with the home run. So now they have 2 on. And Durango up there at the plate with the count 1 ball and no strikes. Durango was signed to San Diego in 2003 as a non-drafted free agent. Last year with San Diego, he batted .250 in 28 games. Here's the pitch to him, and a fastball strike called belt high on the inside corner. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Luis Durango, he played in the World Baseball Classic for Panama in 2009, had a pretty good tournament. He hit 3 for 5. He also walked twice and was hit by a pitch. But that 3 for 5 was impressive. Here's the pitch to him now, a slider that's down low and inside. And so the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Base runners on there. Stokes at second. McKenna is running at first and 1 away. 1 run is in the inning on the home run by Matt Clark. 1 out. Stretch again by Castro. Here's the knee pump and the pitch, and a slider missed inside and low. That went off the corner. And so the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Batter out of the box now to take a look at Terry Kennedy, his manager, coaching down at third base. Terry Kennedy, who was the hitting coach for the Tacoma Rainiers in 1995 and 96. Here's the look back, not second base. Here comes the pitch on the way. Swinging a hard hit ground ball. Shortstop to his left has it. Kazmar steps on the bag. One throw to first. In time, double play. Durango hit the ball sharply, but Kazmar, the shortstop, breaking to his left, fielded the ball, stepped on the bag for the force, threw to first base to Mangini to complete the double play, and the inning was over. In the fourth, for the visiting Padres from Tucson, 1 run, 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on. We'll go to the last half of the fourth inning with the score now. The Tacoma Rainiers 9 and Tucson 2.
The Husky softball season is in full swing, and it promises to be a great year. The Dogs are now in Pac-10 conference play and need your help as they move through the Pac-10 season. Come out to Husky Softball Field to support the Dogs, and don't miss any of the fun and excitement this spring. Tickets are going fast, so be sure to order yours today by visiting GoHuskies.com or by contacting the Husky Ticket Office at 206-543-2200. That's 206-543-2200, and go Huskies. The Warthog Barbecue Pit Restaurant and Catering is proud to be the official barbecue of the Tacoma Rainiers Baseball Club. They've served the local community as Tacoma's hometown barbecue for over a decade and have become a Northwest barbecue landmark. Visit the Warthog Barbecue Pit at Cheney Stadium or the restaurant in Fife. If you're planning a party, let Warthog Catering help make your event a success. They've catered events for hundreds of local businesses, organizations, and family occasions. Think barbecue? Think Warthog. Check them out at warthogbarbecue.com. That's warthogbbbq.com or call 253-896-9051.
UW Tacoma presents How to Be an All-Star. You're at the top of your game, and everyone knows it. You aim high every time, and when life throws you a curveball, you know exactly how to knock it over the fence. Isn't it time you got a major league education? At the University of Washington, Tacoma, put your natural talent to work at our small campus, where first-team professors coach you all the way to a 4-year degree. Step up to the plate. Get into the game at tacoma.uw.edu.
And we are back once again at Cheney Stadium here in Tacoma. The evening is beginning to settle in now, beginning to turn to dusk, but the flag is still blowing, snapping its way out to center field here tonight. Windy evening. Carlos Peguero will lead off at the plate left-handed, and the left-hand pitchers pitched him as a fastball over at the knees on the inside corner. Carlos Peguero with Aaron Pereda up there on the mound doing the pitching. 1 strike the count, and the pitch. Swinging a foul back into the grandstand screen, straight back, strike 2. Peguero batting .297 coming in tonight. He struck out twice, once swinging, once called. So he's 0 for 2, but the first time when he went down on the swinging third strike, he reached on a wild pitch. He also took the starting catcher out of the ball game on the backswing. Here comes the pitch now, swing and a foul back into the screen, straight back again. So the count remains at 2 strikes. Peguero, one of those big guys with great power, 6'5", 245 pounds. And certainly the revitalization, if it can be dubbed that this early in the season for the Rainiers, it was built around several facts in recent days. Here comes the pitch again. Swing, he reached for that, hit a high fly ball back into shallow right center field. Second baseman going back, ball dropping. It's in there for a base hit. Nobody could get to it. McKenna was backpedaling out. The outfielders Cunningham and Durango coming in, and that ball dropped in the triangle out there for a base hit for Peguero. His first hit of the ball game, a fly ball to right center. Texas leaguer for Carlos Peguero, and here's Alex Liddy. The rebirth of this young team kind of built around the fact that, Liddy has started hitting. Peguero is back from the major leagues. Mangini's back in the lineup. Wilson is back playing again. That's a lot of firepower that was not here that first homestand.
And they've got other things, too. Mike Karp's missed the last 3 games with a hamstring problem, and he hasn't been in the lineup, and they've been scoring a lot of runs.
So this ball club showing promise now of settling into a kind of a season-long rhythm and playing a lot of winning ball games. Here comes the pitch again to the left-hander. It's inside low, and it almost picked off the feet that time of Alex Liddy. It was down low and inside, and he had to do the jack jump over the candlestick routine and get out of the way. So the count is 2 balls, no strikes. And Pareto out there on the mound, the lean forward now, the ball behind his back in the right hand. Now he's set, or the left hand. Now he's set. Here comes the pitch and a fastball, again down low. And so the count is 3-0. Pitcher on the mound for the visiting Tucson Ball Club right now, took over in this ball game after the Rainiers ran up 9 runs, 6 of them earned in the first couple of turns at bat. Here comes the pitch now, and it's inside. He had to jump back out of the way. Fastball missed. Ball 4, Liddy draws the walk. So Liddy to first base. That is the 3rd walk given up so far tonight by Tucson pitching. On the mound right now, the left-hander is 6'6", 240-pounder out of Walnut Creek in Moraga, California. Pitched to San Antonio and with Portland here in the Pacific Coast League a year ago. Aaron Porreda. Big plane about to head over the outfield wall out there over Foss High School. You'll probably hear it in the background in a moment, headed on into Joint Base Lewis McCord. Here's a pitch and a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Can't get it. The backhanded diving try around second base on his way to third will go Peguero, and he'll go sliding in there. So a ground ball through the left side of the infield at that time. And Alex Liddy is on. Or check that, Josh Bard is on, and here is Mike Wilson at the plate now.
Yeah, 3rd hit of the game for Bard, 3rd RBI of the game as Peguero puts the Rainiers in double digits with a 10-2 lead here in the 4th inning. This offense is clicking in high gear right now.
And here's Mike Wilson. Wilson to the plate, the home run, 2-run home run in the 2nd inning, a single back in the first, 2 for 2. And the first pitch to him, fastball called strike on the outside corner. 1 strike to count. At third base, Alex Liddy. Here's the pitch and a fastball down low. That one missed downstairs. And so the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Lamonte is on deck. And the lead by the runners at first and third. Already a 9-2 lead. Check it, 10-2 lead. Here's the pitch. Ground ball down the third base side. And that one out of play. So far in the ballgame tonight, the Rainiers have now scored in every inning except the 3rd. And all set once again. Here's Wilson, levels the bat. 8-game hitting streak now. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball down around the shoe tops. He went down after the pitch out of the strike zone, missed it. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. At third base, Liddy standing hands on hips now, wants to talk to his third base coach. Manager of the ball club. Tap on home plate now by the hitter, Mike Wilson. Base runners lead, middle infield up, looking for the double play. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball, he blew that one right on by. That one in the low 90s. Now we're all set once again. Lamonte ready. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a line drive foul down the left field line, and that's out of play. That one down the left field line. Johan Lamonte. He's walked. He's grounded out. Kazmar is on deck. A tap on home plate. Left-hand batter ready, left-hand pitcher on the mound. Porreda throws, and a fastball is outside, thigh-high, missed the corner. And so the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2, Lamonte came in batting .373, 9th best in the league. Now the stretch and the pitch on the way again, fastball. That one's well outside and low. And the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men on, 1 out, 1 run in. So far in the ball game, the Rainiers have accounted for 10 base hits. And the pitch on the way, curve and a foul back into the screen behind home plate. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mwanda out of the batter's box. Plate umpire back there indicating the count. Chris Siegel, the plate umpire. Three-man umpiring crew, standard Pacific Coast League. Here comes the pitch, swinging a line drive to left field. Left fielder backpedaling. He's under, turns down, makes the catch. At third base, the runner tags, and he'll head on home to score. Alex Liddy on the sacrifice fly, line drive to left field. So Lamonta picks up his 8th run batted in of the season on that sacrifice fly. As in to score on the play, second run of the inning came Alex Liddy. Bard held on at first base, and here is Sean Kazmar, the shortstop. Right-hand hitter with a .216 average. A dozen runs batted in now. He got his 12th of the season in the first inning on a sacrifice fly. Right-hand hitter, and here's the pitch to Sean. Fastball up at eye level, too high, ball one. He let that one go by. 1 ball and no strikes. Pareto out there on the mound. His catcher, Quiroz, came into the ball game in the first inning when the starting catcher was hit on the backswing. Here's the pitch, and a breaking ball inside, popped out of the catcher's mitt, rolled away to the third base side and down to second base. Will go the base runner, Josh Bard. That'll be ruled a pass ball. Catcher apparently got crossed up on that. He had that ball just pop right out of his mitt. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Kazmar at bat, and Franklin Gutierrez waiting on deck. Gutierrez here on his rehab assignment. Tripled in the first inning. Now here's the stretch, and Paredes throw, and a check swing strike, says the plate umpire. Went far enough around on that. A fastball on the outside edge of the plate. And so the count has 2 balls and 1 strike. Kazmar batting with 2 out. Runner at second base in scoring position out there. Josh Bard with the lead. Here's the pitch, and a foul back into the screen, straight back. Now that ball fouled off, and that evens the count at 2-2. First base is open. Bard's at second. Aaron Brown pacing up and down at the third base coaching box. And Kazmar in the batter's box ready. Waggles that bat a bit, holds it up, cocked high over his shoulder. Here comes the pitch to him, swinging a foul. Fastball in on the hands that time, and he fouled it back into the screen, and the count on hold at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 11-2 in favor of the Tacoma Rainiers with 10 hits and no errors. 2, 4, and 1 up on the board for Tucson. Paredes ready again. And the pitch on the way. Swinging a fly ball, punched into shallow center. Shortstop going out on the grass, and he makes the catch for the out. Kazmar, pop-up with the shortstop, Logan Forsythe. And that ends the inning for the Tacoma Rainiers. It was 2 more runs on 2 more hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on. We're through 4 tonight with the score now. Tacoma 11 and Tucson 2.
Rise and shine, early birds.
Look at you. Body rested and refreshed, energy restored. Because Unisom let you fall asleep fast and gave you deep, restful sleep all night long. Unisom's clinically proven to give you more of the important sleep. The deep, restful sleep that conforms to your body's natural sleep rhythm. No wonder you're recharged and ready to face the day. Let the sleepyhead snooze. The world's out there waiting. Unisom. Good night, good morning.
The 2011 NCAA Division I Women's Golf West Regional is coming to Seattle May 5th through 7th. The University of Washington is hosting this year's regional at the Washington National Golf Club. Come watch some of the country's premier collegiate teams and players as they compete to qualify for the 2011 NCAA Division I Women's Golf Championships. The event is free and open to the public. Visit GoHuskies.com for more information. And go Huskies!
I want to build things. I want to be the foundation of things.
I would much rather work for myself, start my own little shop. I wanted to record artists and open my own record label. When you leave here, whether you start your own business or you go to a shop, you're going to have the knowledge already going in the door. And you can get all of that here at Bates.
Rethink, retool, reinvent your life at Bates Technical College. Call 253-680-7000 or visit bates.ctc.edu.
Well, we're back. The ground crew working on the infield, which was in excellent shape, being covered during the rain earlier in the day. It was in great shape. And when Mike and I walked down on the field earlier, even the grass, although it was damp, the grass area seemed to have absorbed the rain pretty well, didn't it, Mike?
Yeah, the field was in great shape. They were ready for the rain today, and at first when the Rainiers were deplaning, we actually had to walk on the tarmac because we were on one of those small Horizon prop planes from Reno, and it was pouring rain, and everyone was thinking, "Gosh, we're not going to play tonight. Look at this!" But here we are, not a raindrop during this ball game yet.
No, we might be in pretty good shape for the next day or two the way things look right now. Although I wouldn't trust that as a weather forecast. I don't trust weather forecasts anyway.
No.
All right, set to go. Fabio Castro is on the mound, and Logan Forsythe is in the batter's box, the right-hand hitter. And the first pitch by the southpaw is a fastball, belt high, called strike. Got that one over the middle of the plate. Forsythe tonight has been hit by a pitch and struck out. He's 0 for 1, came in batting at .313. And the pitch on the way to him once again. He jackknifed back out of there and took a pitch on the inside corner for a called strike 2. Fastball that caught the inside edge. Aaron Cunningham will follow, and then Anthony Rizzo, who's Mr. Everything with a baseball bat in his hands right now. Here comes the pitch, and a change that is down low. That's a ball. And so it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Forsythe up there at the plate, a 24-year-old. Patient hitter, according to all the scouting reports on him. And he's ready now, and here's the pitch, and a curve that causes him to fall back away. It broke high and inside, and so the count 2-2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Memphis, Tennessee native up there at the plate. And here comes the pitch, swinging a high foul out of play. That went over the stands on the first base side. The count remains the same, 2-2. Now, one thing about yesterday, if you're from Memphis, you can't complain about the weather in Tacoma. Memphis was rained out at home yesterday, so was Nashville, of all things, so Tennessee got hit. I know in the major leagues today, Cincinnati was washed out at home, so the Midwest still having weather problems. Here's the pitch, check swing, strike 3 call. Fastball at the knees, and Forsythe checked the swing. The umpire just rung him up. Called out on strike. Strikeout number 5 in the ball game for Castro. And with an out, here's Aaron Cunningham at the plate. Cunningham singled in the first inning and was left stranded. He grounded out to lead off in the third. And here's Cunningham at the plate. Came in tonight batting at .293. And a pitch, a strike called, a fastball on the outside corner. Cunningham with 4 home runs. Slightly open stance, holds the bat up high. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball. That went up in the wheelhouse. And so the count now is he had the green light on that one. Goes to 3-1. Tap on home plate. And Cunningham ready once again. Rizzo standing by, and here's the pitch. It's down low and on the inside. Cunningham, 4 home runs, 23 runs batted in. He has 6 doubles and a triple among his extra base hits. Here's the pitch to him, swinging a foul. That's back into the grandstand screen. Fouled that one away. Count 3-2 on Aaron Cunningham. Aaron with a kind of a local background here. Born in Anchorage, Alaska, lives in Arizona now, but he went to South Kitsap High School in Port Orchard and then attended Everett Community College. Here's the pitch to him and a change up at eye level. That went upstairs. Now the count is 3-2. Board had 3-2 already, but it is now 3-2. Cunningham, a 5'11", 194-pounder. And the pitch on the way to him, curveball. Well, I guess the board was way off. They now show 3 balls, 3 strikes on him as that pitch appeared to be a little bit high. So it's now, it says 3-3 out there. I don't think that's correct. Here comes the pitch once again by Castro. That's a fastball inside. Now it's ball 4. And he draws the walk. So he'll throw the bat away, go to first base. That is the 5th walk given up by Castro in the contest. And the batter now will be Anthony Rizzo. He is among the league leaders in batting, runs batted in, home runs, total bases, extra base hits, slugging average. You run right down the list of offensive numbers, and he is among the league leaders in every one of them. A draft choice of the Boston Red Sox back in 2007. A left-handed hitter, the pitch to him, and a fastball over the plate, thigh high, called strike. Rizzo let that one go by. So 1 strike the count. Jesus Guzman is on deck. Now the check at first base, infield at double play depth, and the pitch on the way, and the change. Breaking ball down low and outside, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Rizzo moved to San Diego from Boston as part of that Adrian Gonzalez trade. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one. Good change. And Rizzo got out in front of it on the front foot and missed on the swing. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2. Rizzo ready again. Pulls the bat in fairly close to the body, but up over the shoulder. Hands in tight. Here's the pitch. Check swing on a breaking ball down low and away. And now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rizzo, 6'3", 220-pounder. He has good power. Now he's all set once again. He's tied for the league lead with 7 home runs. And the pitch to him. He reached for that, hit a grass cutter, ground ball to the second baseman. Up with it is Ackley. Throws to second. Kazmar couldn't hold the ball, and there goes the runner for third. And he'll go in standing up. Anthony Rizzo hit what looked like it might be a double play ball. Ackley fielded the ball, made the throw to Kazmar at second, but Kazmar failed to catch the ball. And so everybody was safe, and the ball rolled away behind the shortstop position. Since Kazmar had covered the bag, there was nobody there, and Cunningham bounced up and raced on to third base. Rizzo is safe on the fielder's choice, and Cunningham winds up going to third base on the error to the shortstop. So 2 on base now, runners at first and third. And now, once again, here comes pitching coach out to talk with Fabio Castro out there on the mound. Josh Bard, the catcher, is also out there. They'll have their quick conference. And everybody heads back to their stations, and Jesus Guzman will be the hitter. Guzman, third baseman, he's right-handed batter. Jesus, 26-year-old from Caracas, Venezuela. Bats now, the score 11-2 in favor of the Tacoma Rainiers over the Padres from Tucson. And here's the stretch, the set, the look at first, and here comes the pitch to the plate. Line drive down the left field line, and that ball is going to land in fair territory back in the corner. A run is in. Around to third base on the play will go Rizzo, and Guzman on his way to second in with a stand-up double. That ball got down in fair territory down in the left field corner. So Guzman, with his 9th double of the season, drives in a run, his 22nd of the year so far. Cunningham scored, and Rizzo went around to third base. So 2 in scoring position. It's 11-3 now in favor of Tacoma. And here is Guillermo Quiroz, the catcher. He's from Venezuela. Maracaibo, his hometown. Stocky, right-hand batter up there at the plate. Little left-hander on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball down around his knees that time on the inside corner. Quiroz has batted twice, struck out twice in this ball game. He was hurried into action back in the first inning when Martinez, the starting catcher, was hit on the follow-through of a swing on a third strike and had to leave the game, apparently with a cut. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled, that over the first base side, back out of play. And with the foul ball, the count goes to 0-2. Quiroz, the batter. Matt Clark is on deck. 11-3 the score, and we're in the top half of the 4th inning tonight. Wind has been blowing steadily. Right now, it has swung around a bit. It's blowing out towards right field. I think it'll swing back. It's been buried here for a while. There it goes back to center field again. Here's the stretch. And the southpaw ready. Long wait. Now the pitch to the plate, and a breaking ball down in the dirt. Dug out of there by catcher Josh Bard. And so the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And at the plate, Quiroz. Played for Venezuela in the Senior Little League World Series back in 1988 down in Florida. Here's the pitch to him, swinging a high foul. That'll get back up on top on the first base side, and the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, it bounced somewhere over there. One of the fans, I think, upstairs made a good play on it. Somebody got that ball and got a big round of applause from fellow fans. Fans tend to root for other fans going after foul balls. Now the stretch again, and the 1-2 delivery. Here's the knee pump. It's on its way. Fastball is high and outside, and so the count is 2-2. Heroes with a 2-2 count. West Tennessee last year he batted .282 with Seattle .286 in just 2 games, and here in Tacoma .297. Played 28 games here. Now the stretch. And here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul. Hit that one on the ground over toward the on-deck circle on the first base side, and it stays at 2-2. Heroes was with the Tacoma Ball Club parts of 2006, 9, and 10, so he was familiar with the old ballpark. But this will be his first chance to see the new configuration. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a foul. Again, he got on top of that and shot that ball to the base of the stands. So the count is still 2-2. Base runners out there. Anthony Rizzo at third. Jesus Guzman at second. A run has scored in the inning. And it's 11-3. Rainiers got off to a lightning-like start. They scored 9 runs their first 2 turns at bat. 5 in the first, 4 in the second. Added 2 in the fourth. And now Castro ready. 5-7 left-hander pitches. Fastball down around the shoelaces that time. Now the count is full, 3-2. Count is full. First base is open. Outfield pulled around to the left. Infield around a bit toward the third base side. Shortstop well over in the 6 hole. And ready at the plate again, Quiroz. And on the mound, Castro. Castro came in tonight 1-2. He's looking for a second win on the year. Here's the stretch set, and the pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive past the third baseman down into the left field corner. That's an extra base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Quiroz around first on his way to second. He'll go in there standing up as Rizzo scored. Guzman scored. And now 3 runs have scored in the inning, and a runner still at second base. A double for Quiroz with a couple of runs batted in. That ball just inside the bag. Liddy made a dive at the ball to the right, to his right. Couldn't come up with it. Ball got by him down the line. And the 2 runs scored. So now 3 in the inning, and now it's 11-5. And that's going to be all for Castro. Fabio will come out of the ball game here. And so he loses any opportunity to get his second win of the season. He needed to complete this inning to be, by rule, eligible for the win. But he'll come out of the ball game now with a score 11-5 in favor of the Rainiers. And we'll be right back after this timeout.
American Medical Response is the nation's leading provider of emergency medical services, medical transportation, and specialized healthcare services. Since 1923, American Medical Response and its predecessor companies have been serving the needs of residents in the state of Washington, responding to more than 150,000 requests for medical care each year. American Medical Response continues the same tradition of caring and high-quality service that began well over 80 years ago. American Medical Response is a proud sponsor of the Tacoma Rainiers Baseball Club. Since 1992, American Medical Response has provided all medical care and transportation for the Tacoma Rainiers home games at Cheney Stadium.
Sports fans, what time is it? Well, it's time for Tim's, of course. Tim's Cascade Snacks has been creating the best chips and snacks in the Northwest, right here in the shadow of Mount Rainier since 1986, using potatoes from local family-owned farms, a real home field advantage. Tim's would like to welcome all baseball fans to the new Cheney Stadium this season and look forward to a great season together with you. Tim's is proud to be a partner of the community and the official snack of the Tacoma Rainiers. Thanks for supporting your local chip, and when it's time to play ball, it's time for Tim's.
All right, we're back and into the ballgame to do the pitching comes Edward Paredes for the Tacoma Rainiers. He'll take over here in the 5th inning of the ballgame. Paredes, a left-hander out of the Dominican Republic, and comes into the ballgame here this evening with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and 972 earned run average. 8 games, 8 1/3 innings so far, and he has given up 10 runs, 9 of them earned in his time on the mound with 9 strikeouts and 10 walks. So Edward Paredes will be on the mound to pitch, and Matt Clark will be at the plate, the batter, with a runner at second base and 3 runs in here in the inning for the visiting Padres from Tucson. Their first year down in Tucson, playing at the old Tucson Electric Park, which is what, Keno Park now?
Yeah, named after the county.
And here comes the pitch, and a fastball is up high, ball 1 to Matt Clark, who had a home run with 1 out in the 4th inning. 1 ball, no strikes to the left-hand batting first baseman, big guy. Here's the stretch again, ready on the mound, and the pitch on the way with the left-hander, swinging a sharply hit ground ball foul down the right field side, down where the bullpen once was, where you had to take your life into your hands to chase pop-ups down the left and right field lines. Bullpens with their mounds and the rubbers and the home plates all down there in the corners, and anybody chasing a fly ball in those areas certainly took his life in his own hands. Here's the look back at second, and the pitch now, a curve that's low and outside. And so the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 on Matt Clark. Michael Stokes is on deck. Base runner at second base is Quiroz, short lead. Shortstop Kazmar in behind him, and here's the pitch and a fastball. Strike call, that one at the knees, and the count now 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Matt. 1 for 2 tonight with the home run, which was his first of the year, first in AAA, and his 8th run batted in. Now the look back at Quiroz, and here's the pitch. Checked swing, foul. He got around partway, stopped the swing, but fouled the pitch off. Fouled it back to the stands. So Edward Paredes is now pitching for Tacoma, and Aaron Pareda is doing the pitching on the other side for the Tucson Padres.
Yeah, I'm glad this is your problem right now, Bob.
Stay alert for who's pitching. There's a curveball down low and outside. That one missed, and the count is full at 3-2. First base is open. With 1 out, the infield is playing back at the moment. There's no force play. Now the stretch and the look back at second base again. The pitch to the plate. Fastball low, ball 4. So Clark has drawn a walk. First man to face Paredes out there draws the walk. That's the 6th walk plus a hit batter given up by Tacoma pitching in the ballgame so far, and we're only in the 5th inning. And the batter to the plate now is Michael Stokes. Here comes Stokes, who has a single and a walk. He has his first stolen base of the year. 23-year-old out of Tuscon, California. Right-hand batter, open stance. Base runners lead. Infield is up. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Infield at double play depth. Liddy at third, not far off the line, and he's fairly well back at third base against the right-hand hitter. Stokes now set at the plate. The pitch. Swing foul back into the screen. That one hits straight back. And so the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 on Michael. He has a batting average now. Came in tonight. He had batted a couple of times. Was 0 for 2. Now he's 1 for 3. Jumped 333 points with that single. Here comes the pitch, swinging a high foul first base side, and that'll get back into the seats. Nope, up onto the roof on the first base side. And the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stokes batting, and the number 8 hitter, Patrick McKenna, is on deck. Stokes and McKenna, 4 plate appearances, have Stokes single and 3 walks between them. They've been on base 4 times. Here comes the pitch. Swinging another foul, first base side. This one way up and onto the roof of the stands. Well, the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Only 1 man out. Now ready once again. Here Here comes the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Staggered across the plate that time on the follow-through. So Stokes goes down swinging. Strikeout number 1 for Paredes. And number 6 by Tacoma pitching in the ball game this evening. And here's Patrick McKenna at the plate. McKenna up there. He is the 8th man to bat in this inning now for Tucson. They have scored 3 times, and they have 2 men on base. And here's 23-year-old Patrick McKenna. And the pitch to him, and a breaking ball down low and inside. 5'10", 170-pounder McKenna, second baseman. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Base runners lead. Heroes at second base, Clark at first, and a strike call, a fastball in the outside part of the plate, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Crowd quiet at the moment. They were a little raucous there early in the ball game when the Rainiers tallied 9 times in the first 2 innings. But they've quieted down just a little bit now. Not a big crowd tonight with the wind, a little chill in the air. Everybody who thought it was spring yesterday better check the calendar again. Here's a slider down low and inside. That one missed at the shoe tops, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Tucson team batting .305 coming into the ball game tonight with 20 home runs collectively. They have another home run tonight, but only 6 hits so far. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive over the shortstop's head to left field. That's a base hit. Heroes are going to be held at third base, so the bases are now loaded. As McKenna hit a sharp line drive to left field, Figueroa played it quickly on the bounce. And with Quiroz, a veteran of the catching wars, running at second base, they wisely, I think, decided to hold him at third and take a chance with Luis Durango, the 9th hitter of the inning.
Yeah, this becomes a big situation for the Rainiers here, because if Tucson hits a ball in the gap here, all of a sudden they're right back in the ball game. And the Rainiers once led this game 9-1.
That's right. And here's the guy who's going to try and do it, Luis Durango. He's 0 for 2 plus a walk. He's hit into 1 double play. Here's the pitch, a fastball, strike called, belt high on the inside half of the plate. So 1 strike to Durango. 25-year-old who has won a couple of batting championships in his lower minor league days. Won at Eugene in the Northwest League in 2007. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball, he chased that. It was on the outside. He went out after it and missed it. And so now Edward Paredes is 1 strike away from getting off the hook in this inning. Came in relief. Gave up a walk to start. Here comes the pitch now to change. Just missed the inside corner. And so the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Durango. Logan Forsythe is on deck. Bases are loaded. Quiroz at third. Clark at second. McKenna at first. Here's the stretch. Paredes, the knee pump and the pitch. And a fastball. Strike 3 called. He got him. And the inning is over. Durango is called out on strikes. He didn't like it. He stayed around to discuss it a bit there in home plate, but second strikeout for Paredes, and the inning is over. In the 5th, however, 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 3 men left on. So at the end of 5 complete innings of play, now at the middle of the game, into the top of the 5th inning here, our score is now Tacoma 11 and Tucson 5.
This is the Mortgage Moment, and I'm here with Hayes Barnard, owner of Paramount Equity. Hayes, is it actually worth the effort for homeowners to refinance in today's market?
Definitely. It's not complicated. 1 5-minute call today could save you hundreds of dollars this month and tens of thousands over the next few years.
Really? How do people save that much?
Well, recognize today's APRs are legendary, as low as the 3s and low 4s. These rates with our smart programs create no-nonsense ways to quickly pay off your home with less interest and seriously increase your cash flow.
Okay, so how do you know how much you can save?
Actually, most people are paying way too much on their mortgage and don't even know it. Listen, there's never any upfront costs, so get approved right now. Just imagine how good you'll feel when inflation hits and you've already made that one simple call to lock in an APR in the 3s or low 4s. Call 289-8000 today. 425-289-8000.
Rates are subject to change. Washington license number CL 30336.
There's a whole new way to buffet at Knuckle Shoot Casino, Spice Bay, featuring 6 live-action cooking stations that take you on a journey around the world. Choose your destination as you visit Asia, the Pacific Northwest, Italy, and the good old U.S. of A. And be sure to save room for some decadent desserts. So bring your family and friends as well as your appetite to Spice Bay, a whole new way to buffet at Muckleshoot Casino in Auburn, the biggest and best in the Northwest.
We are back. Last half of the 5th inning coming, and a new pitcher to the mound now for the Tucson Padres. And for the Padres, the new pitcher, been around the league a while, right-hander Samuel DeDuno. He's out of the Dominican Republic. Samuel DeDuno, a 6'3", 190-pound right-hander, will take over on the mound as the third pitcher of the ball game for the Padres. DeDuno coming into the ball game with a record of 2 wins and no losses in 9 appearances and a 2.13 earned run average. 12 2/3 innings of pitching so far. He has struck out 12 and walked 9. So here is DeDuno, D-E-D-U-N-O, on the mound to do the pitching. And he will face the top of the batting order for the Tacoma Rainiers. Franklin Gutierrez will be at the plate. The Seattle Mariners starting center fielder who has been on the disabled list and is now in a rehab phase of getting ready to start his baseball season. And he will come to the plate 1 for 3 so far tonight. Batted twice in the first inning as the leadoff hitter for Tacoma. Had a triple the first time up, struck out the second. And in the third inning, flied out to right field. It's Gutierrez, Dustin Ackley, and Matt Mangini, the 1-2-3 men in the batting order for Tacoma, as DeDuno takes over on the mound. Hefner started. Pareda then followed him, and he's gone now. And DeDuno is up there on the mound. And here's Gutierrez, right-handed batter. The pitch to him in a fastball. Strike called, belt high on the inside corner. 1 strike. Gutierrez got good wood on the ball that first time up. He hit the ball in the gap in left center field all the way to the fence. Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly ball, hit to shallow right center field. Second baseman going out again, staggers around, and he made the catch. He spun around, kind of off balance, and stabbed one hand out and made the catch on that. So Gutierrez is retired on that pop fly into shallow center field. 1 away, and here's Dustin Ackley. A double, a run batted in. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game tonight. Leads the league in walks, but hasn't had one of those this evening. No. And here comes the pitch, and a fastball is high and outside, ball 1. Dustin Ackley, who is, of course, on a considered fast track to the major leagues in the Seattle organization. North Carolina star. Here's the pitch to him, and it's high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Played at West Tennessee last year, batted .263, and then with Tacoma, .274. Here's the pitch, and a fastball outside, ball 3. 20 bases on balls so far in this very young season, and he's looking at a 3-0 count right now from DeDuno. Here comes the pitch by the right-hander. Fastball strike call, thigh high, outside part of the plate, and the count 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Matt Mangini is on deck. And a delivery on the way. Swinging a ground ball to the second baseman. Gobbled up there by McKenna. Throws to first in time for the out. Ackley has grounded out to his opposite number, the second baseman, Patrick McKenna. And now there are 2 away. And that'll bring to the plate Matt Mangini. Matt with a 6-game hitting streak coming off that road trip. And batting at .319 coming in, but he has struck out twice and walked once in tonight's ball game. Scored 1 run. Left-hand batting first baseman Matt Mangini. The pitch and a strike called, fastball at the knees and out over the plate. So 1 strike. 2 away, bases empty. Carlos Peguero waiting his turn down here on the third base side. Here's the pitch, swinging a line drive up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. And the turn at first base by Mangini. He'll hold on there as Durango hurries the ball back in. So Matt Mangini extends his game hitting streak to 7 contests in a row now with a line drive single to center field. And Carlos Peguero will be at the plate. Big Carlos a single in 3 trips tonight. .297 batting average for the season. Has only played in 18 games, but that's because he spent some time up there in the major leagues with Seattle. Back now, and here's the pitch to him, and a fastball high and outside. Figueroa let that one go by, ball 1. Carlos Angel Figueroa, he's out of the Dominican Republic. Ready in the left-hand batter's box, and the pitch on the way to him. Fastball, he hitched and took that. Pitch was down low and inside. Let it go by, good choice. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. Alex Liddy is on deck. Figueroa set again. Big guy has power, had 23 home runs to lead the Southern League last year. Here's the pitch. A fastball is outside. Ball 3. Pitch just about knee-high. 3-0 to count. 2 men out. And Matt Mangini running at first base has the short lead held on there by Matt Clark. Stretch set. Here comes a pitch. And a change. Strike called. He got that one over. That's a called strike. Figueroa appeared to be taking all the way on that. Now he levels the bat. Pretty well square away in that batter's box. And the right-hander on the mound set looks at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He went around hard on that. He was swinging for downtown that time, and he missed. And the count now full 3-2. So Mangini running at first base has a license to run now. 3-2, 2 out. And Mangini will be off and running with the pitcher's motion. Here's the stretch. First baseman backs off. There he goes. Pitch, fastball outside, ball 4. So Figueroa has drawn the walk. So Deduno gives up his first walk, and that is the 4th allowed by Tucson pitching in the ballgame tonight. And the batter now is Alex Liddy, who's had a decent night tonight. He had a 3-run home run in the first inning. He reached on an error by the third baseman and later scored a run in the second and walked and scored in the 4th. So he's been up 3 times. He scored 3 runs tonight. Here's the pitch to the right-hand batting Liddy, and a fastball strike call just under the letters on the inside corner. 1 strike to Alex Liddy from San Remo, Italy. One of the very few professional baseball players to come out of the country of Italy. Here's the pitch now, a fastball a little bit high that time, and the count is even 1-1. There were a lot of players in the history of baseball, and very good ones, who came from families who had started in Italy, but the players were not born there. Liddy was. Here comes the pitch to Alex, and a change. Breaking ball caught the inside corner, called strike. May have been just a curveball that time, but he cut way back on the velocity, caught the inside corner. Bard is waiting on deck, 2 runners on base. Mangini at second, Figueroa at first. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch, fastball, low and outside. 2-2 now. Alex Liddy, a 6'4", 220-pound, 22-year-old. Batted .281 with 15 home runs last year at West Tennessee. And that home run tonight was his 5th already here in the Pacific Coast League. Here's the stretch and the pitch to the plate. Check swing. He held it back, and the pitch outside and low, ball 3. 3-2. So that running license has now been extended to both the base runners. Mangini at second, Figueroa at first. They'll be off with a pitcher's motion. 3-2, 2 out. Automatic hit and run. Here's the look for the sign. And the stretch. Hands at the chest now. The look back at second, and the pitch. There they go, and it's a strike call, a change on the inside corner. Liddy is called out, and the inning is over. Strikeout for Deduno, number 1 in this ball game. And in the 5th inning for the Tacoma Rainiers, no runs, 1 hit. There were no errors. 2 men left on. And at the end of 5 complete now, it is Tacoma 11 and Tucson 5.
Did you know that if you're a woman over 40, you need to work out at least an hour a day just to maintain your current weight? An hour at the gym every day without losing a pound? That's ridiculous. Hi, I'm Steve Bostic, president of Right Size Smoothies, and when I heard that, I was shocked, because I know that if you feed your body right, you can lose weight in no time. That's why I'm going to let anyone who calls today try my weight loss smoothies for 2 full weeks. I'll even personally guarantee that you'll see the weight fall right off. To claim your 2-week trial, call now and receive free shipping and handling. The number is 1-800-622-9177. And now I've made my smoothies even better because I'm going to guarantee the first 100 callers a 2-week weight loss trial. I'll even include free shipping and handling, plus my revolutionary blender bottle absolutely free. But you have to call 1-800-622-9177. That's 1-800-622-9177.
And now, lesser-known sports from around the world. Today we explore chess boxing. Popular in Germany and Bulgaria, this hybrid sport combines the riveting action and complex strategy of chess with the distinct possibility of getting punched in the face. Here's something else you may not be aware of. Alaska Airlines Mileage Plan offers you tons of ways to knock out bonus miles toward free travel. And with 15 airline partners, you can visit over 700 destinations around the globe. Check it out at alaskaair.com.
All right, we're back. Top of the 6th inning now. It is still 11-5 in favor of Tacoma over Tucson. The Tucson Padres batted around in their last turn at bat in the 5th inning, scored 3 times to close the gap a little bit after Tacoma scored 9 runs in the first 2 innings. And the top of the batting order coming around again, Luis Durango will lead off. And on the mound, Edward Paredes, the left-hander, will be doing the pitching for Tacoma. Here's Durango. He is 0 for 3 and a walk tonight. Last time up, called out on strikes. That ended the previous inning with 3 runs scoring. And here is Paredes now on the hill ready to go to work. In the batter's box, Durango. Right-hand batter. He's ready, and here's the pitch to him, and a curveball missed inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Paredes took over in the 5th inning of the game, has walked 1, struck out 2. Now he's set again. Here comes the delivery to the plate. Swing and a foul, first base side. That one hit off the handle of the bat and out of play. And so the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Durango, not very big. He's 5'9", 155 pounds. Here's the pitch to him. Fastball, strike call, just under the letters on the inside corner as he drew back away and took that. The count is a ball and 2 strikes now. Logan Forsythe is on deck. Aaron Cunningham will bat 3rd in the inning, the top of the order. And the stretch, Paredes the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to 3rd. Liddy's going to his left, a sliding stop, up with the ball, throw to first and dug out of the dirt beautifully by Matt Mancini. Mancini got that ball backhanded with a full set of splits that time going after it. And it was an outstanding play on both ends as Liddy went to his left and made a sliding stop, came up, made the off-balance throw, and Mancini was able to dig it out of the dirt. So Durango is erased, and now there's 1 away, and Logan Forsythe will be the hitter. Forsythe to the plate, shortstop. And here's the pitch. Check it. Aaron Cunningham, beg your pardon, is at the plate. So it's Cunningham up there. It was Forsythe who hit the ground ball. And here's the pitch now. And a fastball is inside. The count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 the count. And all set once again. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He went around, didn't get that. The count 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 on Aaron Cunningham. He is singled and walked. Grounded out to 3rd base. Infield playing deep on the left side, the 3rd base shortstop side. Here comes the pitch once again. Swinging a line drive, hit to right field. Right fielder coming in. Down on his knees to make the catch goes Lamonta. Ball hit hard to right field, a sinking line drive, and Lamonta charging in, caught that ball going to his knees. So now there are 2 away. And the batter will be Anthony Rizzo. Here's Rizzo. He has 1 single tonight. Came into the ball game with a .389 batting average. Left-hand batter. Here's Rizzo. And the stretch in the pitch. And a breaking ball down low and outside. Ball 1. Paredes working from the stretch. From the set position. Left-hander, feet close together, open stance, pitch. And a breaking ball, slider down low and outside. Count 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. Batter ready once again. Adjust the shirt sleeve there on the right arm, the front arm. Here comes the pitch, fastball. That's just off the outside corner. Bard framed that one for a little while, trying to get the call from Chris Siegel, the plate umpire, and could not. The count is 3-0. Rizzo batting, Guzman on deck. And the pitch, fastball, strike called on the inside corner. Now the count is 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 men out, nobody on. Top half of the 6th inning, and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, that's to left center field. Center fielder coming over in a little bit. Now he backs up a step or 2, and Wilson makes the catch out there to end the inning. Rizzo, a fly ball to center field. 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Middle of the 6th, and the score is still Tacoma 11, Tucson 5.
Are you receiving monthly checks from a lawsuit you won? Are you having trouble paying your bills every month because the settlement money you're getting just isn't enough? Well, there is a way you can get the cash you need now in one lump sum payment. For free information to see how much cash you can get, call Peachtree Settlement Funding now at 1-800-921-2469. Find out how you can turn your future structured settlement payments into the cash you need now to get free of your credit card debt, to meet your rising mortgage payments, to pay your medical bills and other expenses. If you're receiving payments from a lawsuit, call Peachtree Settlement Funding. For your free information, call now 1-800-921-2469. You have bills piling up that need to be paid now, so why wait any longer? Get the future money you have coming to you now when you need it most. For your free information, call Peachtree Settlement Funding now at 1-800-921-2469. That's 1-800-921-2469. 1-800-921-2469.
Washington's lottery gift idea number 10.
It's time to find a gift for that special someone. So you hit the old standby. Choco-Lots. The gift of mystery nougat. How romantic. If you want to give a real thrill, give the small gift that could turn into something big. Give scratch instead.
Scratch odds vary by game. Must be 18 to purchase. Problem gambling helpline 1-800-547-6133. Visit wildlottery.com for details.
We're back for the last half of the 6th inning. 11-5, the Tacoma Rainiers leading the Tucson Padres. And for Tacoma, Josh Bard, who has 3 singles and 3 runs batted in and 2 runs scored in tonight's ball game, will lead it off. Bard, the catcher, followed by Mike Wilson, and then by Johan Lamonta, the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the batting order for Tacoma. Samuel Taduno on the mound, took over in the 5th inning, doing the pitching, 3rd hurler of the night for Tucson. And here's the left-hand batting switch hitter, Bard at the plate. Bends the knees, deep crouch. Pitch to him and a fastball, low and outside. Ball 1. We're underway in the last half of the 6th inning. First game of a 4-game series and the first game of an 8-day, 8-game homestand for Tacoma. Here's the pitch and a fastball down too low. Las Vegas comes in for the final 4 of the 8 games at home. Count 2 balls, no strikes. Bard ready. Here's the pitch by Taduno. Swinging a ground ball. Grass cutter to second base. Up with the ball there. McKenna throws to first in time for the out. So there's 1 away. As Bard's streak tonight, 3 straight hits, his first 3 times up, is broken. And the batter now will be Mike Wilson. Wilson, who extended his hitting streak to 8 games in a row with a single in the 1st inning, and then kind of upped that by hitting a 2-run home run in the 2nd. That all occurred as the Rainiers scored 5 in the 1st and 4 in the 2nd for a 9-1 lead. And he jackknifes out of the way now, Wilson does. Ball was inside on the belt buckle, ball 1. Mike Wilson batting .350 coming in. Pitcher on the mound, right-hander, cranks up, and here comes his pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a little off the fastball that time. Wilson got out in front and missed it, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike playing in center field again tonight, although Gutierrez is here. Here comes the pitch, and a fastball is inside, thigh high, but missed the corner, ball 2. Gutierrez, if he remains here on his rehab, likely will play some center field before he gets away. They'll want to bring him along, make sure first that he can stand the pressure of hitting. Here's a ground ball, third base side, knocked down backhanded by the third baseman, and there'll be no play on that. It'll be a base hit. Guzman at third base went to the line and knocked that ball down backhanded, but he had no chance to make a play as it bounded away from him. And Wilson is on with an infield single. That'll bring up Johan Lamonta. And for the Tacoma Rainiers, that is base hit number 12 in the ball game so far tonight. Wilson has 3 of them. Lamonta's looking for his first, although he has batted in 1 run on a sacrifice fly. Left-hand batter up there, the right fielder. Here's the pitch and a fastball down in the dirt. Ball 1. Lamonta let that go by. He walked in the first, grounded out in the second. Had the sacrifice fly to left field in the fourth to drive in a run. Rainiers got 2 in that inning. And now here's Lamonta back again. Wilson running at first, the infield up a bit looking for the double play. The pitch swinging a fly ball, hit deep to center field. Center fielder Durango going back on the ball, back to the warning track. It's over his head, up against the big fence in center field. On his way to third, Wilson. They're going to wave him on around. Headed for third base comes Lamonta and slides in with a triple. Johan Lamonta with a second triple of the night and the third of the season for the Tacoma Rainiers as a ball club. And he drives in a run with that one over the center fielder Durango's head all the way to the base of the wall out there 425 feet away. Wilson scored to make it now a 12-5 ball game. And a runner at third, Johan Lamonta. That's his first triple of the season. Gutierrez had one leading off in the bottom of the first inning. Tuyasa Sopo had one earlier, and that is the third triple of the season for the Rainiers. And here's a fastball inside to Sean Kazmar, and the count is ball 1. Number 9 hitter in the order had a sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the first inning, but he's 0 for 2 since then. The lead at third base, up the line, Lamonta in foul territory. Here's the pitch and a fastball, strike called, belt high on the inside corner. So the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Darren Brown over to say something to his base runner at third, to Lamonta, who sprinted all the way around at third base. Here comes the pitch again, swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. I wouldn't be surprised if Brownie told his base runner, take a couple of deep breaths, because that's a long way to be sprinting from home plate to third base, and then the slide and the tag play there, but he was safe. There comes the pitch by Deduno, and a fastball high and tight once again, and now the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kazmar. Sean up there at the plate. He has 8 doubles this year. He's batting .216, has stolen a base. Here's the pitch. And a check swing. He started to go. He held it back. Pitch was a little high. And so the count is full at 3-2. Nobody being forced to run here. The only base runner is Lamonta over at third base with the RBI triple. 12-5 the score now. And here's the stretch, the set, the pitch. Swinging a high pop-up infield. Third baseman going to call for that. Backing out behind the bag. Makes the catch one-handed on the infield dirt. And so Kazmar is retired. There are 2 away, and we go to the top of the order. And we're going to have a change. Karp is going to bat for Gutierrez. So it will be Karp coming to the plate. Mike Karp, who has not been in the ball game tonight, now appearing as the pinch hitter.
This is good to see. He missed the last 3 games. He left the first game in Reno with what they told me after the game was cramping in his hamstring, and I thought he might be back in just a day or 2, but he actually missed 3 straight games and then not in the starting lineup today, but at least he's healthy enough to go up there and hit, so that's good news.
So here is Mike Karp, left-hand batter, and he's in the batter's box. Presumably will remain as the designated hitter throughout the rest of the game. Here comes the pitch and a fastball tuned down low. It is ball 1. Karp up there at the plate, going to back away now. Catcher gets a new ball, throws it out to the mound. Mike coming to the plate this turn is batting .250 in 21 games so far this year. Here's the stretch. Deduno ready. Here comes the pitch. Fastball is outside. Quiroz, the catcher, to his knees to go out and get that. So the count 2 balls, no strikes. Infield, Guzman at third, Forsythe at short, McKenna second, Matt Park at first, the catcher Quiroz with Stokes, Durango, and Cunningham the outfield for the Tucson Padres. Here's the pitch now. Fastball off the outside corner again, ball 3. So Karp has looked at 3 straight pitches out of the strike zone. Lamonta continues to run at third base. Infield playing back with 2 away. Outfield fairly well back also and straight away. Stretch set. Here comes the right-hander's delivery. Fastball low, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Carp. So he is on. That's the second walk given up by DeJuno and the 5th in the ball game. Allowed by Tucson pitching. And here is Dustin Ackley, the young man out of the University of North Carolina. Also a star performer in the Cape Cod League. So here is Ackley now. 2 hits tonight, 2 for 4 in the ball game. Here comes the pitch, and a fastball outside popped away from the catcher, but didn't roll far enough away for Carp to try to go to second base. Ball 1. Runners on the corners, first and third, as we play in the bottom of the 6th inning now. And the Rainiers with 1 run in, a 12-5 lead at the present time. Catcher partway out to the mound, turns around now, comes back. And Ackley ready at the plate. 20 walks so far to lead the league this season. Here comes the pitch to Ackley, the left-hand batting second baseman, and a fastball is down low. And so the count is 2 balls and no strikes. .212 batting average. Matt Mangini is on deck. Tap on home plate by Ackley. The base runners have their short leads. They are not holding Carp at first base. Here comes the pitch. Swing ground ball. First baseman playing in the right spot. Fields out on the second bounce. Goes to the bag for the out. And the side is retired. Ackley, a sharply hit ground ball to first baseman Matt Clark. In the inning, 1 run. 2 hits for the Tacoma Rainiers. No errors. 2 men left on. And so at the end of the 6th, Mike will be back to take it the rest of the way with the score. The Tacoma Rainiers 12 and the Tucson Padres 5.
Monthly payment calculation assumes 5% down at 7% APR over 30 years.
If you just bought a house and paid more than $34,000, you're going to want to change the station, because we're about to tell everyone listening how to buy a house for as low as $34,000. So if you don't want to hear about these incredible deals, please change the station now. Imagine finding a great 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for $34,000. That's $215 a month. To learn how to get a free list of foreclosures, call 1-800-514-3546 now. CRN is offering rebates of up to $1,000 in cash. And if you call right now, you can find out how to get up to an extra $2,500 on top of that. So call in the next 30 minutes for your free foreclosure list. Again, to learn how to get a free list of foreclosures that may be available in your area, call CRN at 1-800-514-3546. That's 1-800-514-3546. 1-800-514-3546.
My name is Shonda Marshall. I'm a single mom, so I have to watch every penny.
We all do. And State Farm agents can help by making sure you're getting the car insurance discounts you deserve. Just ask for a free discount double check, and you can save hundreds of dollars.
No, I can't afford to have pride. I have children to feed. But show me how to make a better way and do things on my own. That's perfect.
Find a State Farm agent in your area who can help you get discounts up to 40% and make sure you have the right coverage. Visit yourtrafficalerts.com to connect with an agent.
State Farm is there. Discounts may vary state to state.
And we're back with the Rainiers leading the Padres by a score of 12-5. And here's Mike to take you the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot, Bob. 12-5, 7-run cushion for the Rainiers as we go into the 7th inning of play. And the Rainiers have used only 2 pitchers today. Fabio Castro for 4 1/3, and now they have Edward Paredes in there, and Paredes has retired 4 in a row, going back to the 5th inning, and his first pitch is taken for a strike by Jesus Guzman. It's 0-1. Paredes is a pitcher who has really struggled with his command in the early going this year. So now the pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-1. So that 1-2-3 inning that he worked in the 6th was definitely something that he needed. And he's going to give a chance to continue to work here now. Here's his 1-1 pitch on the way to Guzman, and it is outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2-1 the count to Jesus Guzman. Rainiers with 12 runs on 13 hits, 1 error. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Tucson. Next pitch down and in. 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, this is pretty high scoring, but last night Salt Lake beat Fresno 15-14. in a game that featured 33 total hits in Salt Lake City. And amazingly, 3 bases-loaded triples in one game. So here's a pitch down, and in ball 4, and a leadoff walk issued to Jesus Guzman, and he heads down to first base to open up the 7th. That'll bring Quiroz to the plate. Yeah, 3 bases-loaded triples in one game yesterday in Salt Lake City. Fresno had 2 of them. Gillespie and Tyler Graham each hit bases-loaded triples, and Reggie Willits hit one for Salt Lake. Well, here's the former Rainier, Guillermo Quiroz, who's 1 for 3 with a double and 2 runs batted in today, and he takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Some former Rainiers were in action in the PCL yesterday, too, with other teams. Chris Woodward had 3 hits in Las Vegas's 9-3 win over Sacramento, which ended Las Vegas's 10-game losing streak. So now the 0-1 pitch grounded slowly to short, picked up by Kazmar, fields Ackley. There's 1, relay it to Mangini, and there's 2. The Rainiers turn the double play here in the top of the 7th inning. Exactly what Paredes was looking for, and 2 men are gone. And now Matt Clark will be the hitter. Clark's 1 for 2 with a homer, a walk, and a strikeout. He's got the 3 true outcomes here so far today. Left-hand hitter, son of a pitcher, his father, Terry Clark, a pitcher at the AAA level for a long time, including 2 years with Tucson. Here's the pitch from Paredes, and it swung on and popped up high in the sky down the right field line. Ackley calling for it, and he gets all turned around, and the ball drops in for a hit. And Clark is now going to be safe going back to first base. They threw to Paredes covering the bag after he took the turn at first, and it looked like Paredes might have tagged him out. But indeed, he is ruled safe at first base, and it's going to be a single for Matt Clark. High wind-blown pop fly behind first base, and Ackley got turned around backwards on it and dropped in behind him. So Clark is on, and now Michael Stokes will be the batter. Stokes has singled, walked, and struck out. He's 1 for 2, right-handed hitter. And Paredes is set. Here's the pitch, and it is taken for a strike, 0-1. Another former Rainier in action yesterday in the PCL, Ryan Roland Smith. He's now starting for Oklahoma City. Didn't have a good outing yesterday. Allowed 6 runs in 3 innings. Took a loss. Here's a swing and a miss by Stokes, and the count goes to 0-2. Ryan Roland Smith, no wins, 2 losses, 6.50 ERA for Oklahoma City. And he's a guy we root for. 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul back. There's a shot off the railing behind home plate. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Raiders have activity in the bullpen. Denny Batista's warming up. Paredes has been in there for 2 1/3 innings so far, and it's his longest outing of the year. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is outside for a ball, 1-2. The hitter, Stokes, started to go after it and stopped. Now Paredes with a 1-2 pitch, and it's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Paredes comes set. And now the 2-2 pitch is on the way. And it is swung on, hit solidly on the ground, right to Ackley, who has it, flips it to Kazmar at second base for the out, and the inning is over. No runs for Tucson in the top of the 7th. They had a hit. They leave a man stranded. It's the 7th inning stretch at Cheney Stadium. Tacoma 12, Tucson 5.
Rise and shine, early birds.
Look at you. Body rested and refreshed, energy restored. Because Unisom let you fall asleep fast and gave you deep, restful sleep all night long. Unisom's clinically proven to give you more of the important sleep. The deep, restful sleep that conforms to your body's natural sleep rhythm. No wonder you're recharged and ready to face the day. Let the sleepyhead snooze. The world's out there waiting. Unisom. Good night, good morning.
At Miller Lite, we believe that sharing a pitcher of our great-tasting draft beer will bring friends together for a good time. And good is way better than bad. No one reminisces about the bad old days. If your guess is as bad as mine, then we're a couple of idiot faces. So far, so bad? Turn that frown upside down, grumpy pants. So why have a bad time when you could have a good time with a pitcher of Miller Lite draft beer? Triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Great beer, great responsibility.
Get a jump on your outdoors plans every Friday and Sunday with the News Tribune's adventure coverage. A local spin on hiking, biking, climbing, walking, hunting, boating, fishing, skiing, and camping. Adventure is all about spreading it out, mixing it up, and discovering exciting new ways to relax and unwind outdoors. TNT Adventure guys Jeffrey Mayer, Craig Hill, and friends do the grunt work for you and then turn you loose. Catch Adventure Friday in the Go section and on Sunday in Sound Life and make your time outdoors count. The News Tribune and thenewstribune.com.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Cheney Stadium. It is 12-5. The Rainiers with the lead over the Tucson Sidewinders. Sidewinders bring in AAA veteran reliever, right-hander Scott Munter, sinker ball specialist. He's in relief of Samuel Deduno, who went 2 innings, allowed 3 hits and 1 run, which was earned. Deduno walked 2, struck out 1. Munter is the 4th pitcher to be used here in the bottom, in this ball game for Tucson, and he'll face Matt Mangini to start things off. Mangini's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk and a run scored. Left-hand hitter facing the righty Munter, and Munter's pitch is swung on and fouled towards the booth and hits the awning up above. I'm still waiting for the first foul ball into the booth here at the new Cheney Stadium. That's as close as we've come right there. So, not yet. Munter is in his 15th game. He leads the league in appearances. The 0-1 is up and away for a ball, 1-1. Munter's 3-2 with an 8.59 ERA. Terry Kennedy, the Tucson manager, really leans heavily on his bullpen. He has the top 3 relievers in the league in terms of appearances. And another guy who is in the top 5 as there's a swing and a foul back, 1-2 to Mangini. Munter's pitched in 15 games out of 25. Luis Perdomo has pitched in 13 out of 25. Randy Flores, 13 out of 25. And Greg Burke, 12 out of 25. 1-2 the count to Mangini. Mangini has hit safely in 7 straight games now. And the pitch is way up high off the glove of the catcher into the backstop on the fly. And the count is now even 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And now Munter with his pitch. And it is down and in, ball 3. And Mangini has worked a full count, 3-2. 92 says the scoreboard radar gun, and Munter has good sink. When he's going well, he generates a ton of ground balls in the infield, and he's had a few big league call-ups because of that. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mangini. And here's the payoff pitch, and it's inside, ball 4, and Mangini will head down to first base. So Matt Mangini is on for his 3rd time today, 2nd time he's walked, and he also has a single. Here's Carlos Peguero, who is 1 for 3 in this game with a single and a walk. And he knocked out the opposing catcher with his backswing, accidentally, of course, but that was in the 1st inning today. And Tucson's down to 1 catcher on the roster. So now the pitch to Peguero, swung on and hit foul into the seats on the 3rd base side. And Peguero just cracked his bat, so he's going to have to go get a new stick.
That wasn't far from our booth either, was it?
No, they're trying to get you, Bob.
I'll close the window.
The left-handed hitters can send them this way. We'll get one in here eventually. The old booth, which you sat in for many years, rarely had them up there straight behind home plate up on the roof, but when you did get the foul ball in the booth, it was always a rocket.
Oh, yeah, holes in the back wall. There were many up there.
I always like to show those holes to visitors. I had to duck one missile once that I'll never forget. I can't remember who hit it, but the on-deck hitter was the Rainiers player named Mike Murphy, and when I recovered from the shot at my head, I looked down at the field, and he was pointing at me and laughing. That was nice. Peguero fouls one back, 0-2 the count to the Rainiers left fielder, Carlos Peguero. The best we had was Dan Roan, the Rainiers' old manager. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High for a ball, 1-2. He could hit fungos into the booth from down on the field at will. He was like a fungo artist. He could hit a fungo sharpshooter, if you will.
You ever see Jimmy Reese do that?
No, I never did. Never met Jimmy.
He played catch with a flat-sided bat.
Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Peguero, and it's fouled back over our heads. Still 1-2.
Straight back over.
Where'd you run into Jimmy Reese?
Oh, he was around baseball for so long. Our paths crossed many times, and I used to marvel at the way he handled the bat. He'd literally play catch with the bat. He just used the fungo and didn't need a glove, just tap it back and forth.
One of his claims to fame was having been Babe Ruth's roommate.
That's right. He was.
Next pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Peguero has struck out, and there's the first out at the bottom of the 7th inning. Peguero goes down for his 3rd time today. One away, and now Alex Liddy will be the hitter. Liddy has homered, walked, reached on an error. He's scored 3 runs. He's driven in 3 runs. He's 1 for 3 today. He has also struck out, something he's done in every game except for 1 this year. But he's starting to drive the ball with authority. And he takes a pitch up and in for a ball, 1-0. 3 homers in the last 2 games for Liddy. He's reached base in 12 of the last 13 with either a hit or a walk. His on base plus slugging is up over 750 now and moving up daily. He swings and fouls one back, 1-1. He got off to a real rough start this season, but Liddy is figuring it out. One ball, 1 strike to Alex Liddy. Josh Bard on deck. He's having a big game. And the pitch is a swing and a miss there, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Liddy. And the pitch, swing and a miss there, strike 3, and Liddy is K'd for his 2nd time today, and Munter has back-to-back strikeouts. So 2 down in the bottom of the 7th, and now Josh Bard will try to extend his perfect game. He is 3 for 3 at the plate with 3 singles. He's 3 for 4, pardon me. He grounded out his last time. 3 for 4 with 3 singles, 2 runs scored, and 3 runs batted in. Bard bats left-handed against Munter. He's had hits from both sides of the plate in this one, and he takes a pitch up and away. There's ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Wind still blowing out towards center field. It has been howling that direction all night long, and Bard swings and hits one in the air, but it goes foul on the 3rd base side and out of play. 1-1 the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Bard, and now Munter wants a new baseball put in play. So the umpire gives him a new ball. 2nd game of this series is tomorrow at 7:05, and the Rainiers will have on the mound Luke French against Will Inman of Tucson. We have 7:05 games every day this week here at Cheney Stadium. So here's a pitch in for a strike, 1-2. Up until Sunday anyway. We'll play a day game for you on Sunday. Ball and 2 strikes to Josh Bard. Matt Bangini walked to open up this inning. Munter struck out the next 2 hitters, and he's ahead of Bard, a ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch is swung on and hit on the ground right to shortstop. Scooped up by Forsythe, and he'll throw to first for the out, and the inning is over. No runs in the bottom of the 7th for Tacoma. No hits or errors. 1 runner left. We go to the 8th with the score. Tacoma 12, Tucson 5.
Whether the chronic pain of arthritis is slowing you down, or you've been sidelined by a sports-related injury, MultiCare is here for you. Our highly rated orthopedic and sports medicine program connects children, teens, and adults to advanced diagnostics and the latest technology and treatments, from non-surgical options to minimally invasive procedures to total joint replacement surgery. What's more, MultiCare links you to the region's premier clinical centers for sports medicine, plus a wide range of expert rehabilitation services. And with hospital and clinic locations in Tacoma, Puyallup, Covington, and Gig Harbor, you won't have to go far to find the care you need. Whatever your situation and your age, you can count on MultiCare's dedicated team of specialists to help you get back to your everyday life. To learn more, be sure to visit multicare.org. MultiCare. Better connected.
Well, we go to the 8th inning of play here at Cheney Stadium. 12-5 is our score. The Rainiers with the lead over the Tucson Padres. New pitcher into the game for the Rainiers, Denny Batista, to work the top of the 8th. Edward Paredes went 2 2/3. Did a nice job in long relief. Got it done. 2 2/3 scoreless innings. Allowed 2 hits. Walked 2, struck out 2. Gives way to Batista. Paredes could end up getting the win tonight if the Rainiers hang on and win this game, and if the official score decides to give it to Paredes, which seems to be a likely result here tonight. Here's Denny Batista now appearing in his 10th game. He's 0-2 with a 7.59 ERA. Has a whopping 18 strikeouts in 10 2/3 innings. And he's going to face Patrick McKenna, Luis Durango, and Logan Forsythe. Now Batista with the pitch, and it is a fastball called a strike. It's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Now Batista with the 0-1 pitch on the way, and it is called a strike. 0-2 with Denny Batista out ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Was a World Series champion last year with the San Francisco Giants. So 0-2, and now Batista with his pitch. And it is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Went upstairs with a fastball, and he strikes out Patrick McKenna, and 1 man is out in the top of the 8th inning. So Batista goes to the high heat to strike out the first batter he faces. And now Luis Durango will be the batter. Well, Batista ready to work on the speedy Durango, and this pitch is called a strike. 0-1. Durango's 0 for 3 today with a walk. We'll take a look at some notes from the Mariner farm system. Last night, Double-A Jackson pitched a shutout, 3-0 on the road at Chattanooga. So now the 0-1 to Durango is down low, 1-1. Left-handed starting pitcher Anthony Vasquez worked 7 shutout innings yesterday. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 7. Vasquez 2-2 with a 3.19 ERA. And he's a pitcher we'll probably see someday in a Rainiers uniform. So now the 1-1 to Durango is swung on and fouled off down the third baseline, 1-2. And Brandon Hoffman, the outfielder that was sent to Double-A just the other day, first game back with Jackson in the lineup yesterday, batting in the 9-hole, goes 3 for 4 with a triple and 2 runs batted in a game they win 3-0. It's a big contribution. Batista with a 1-2 to Durango, and he got him, swing and a miss, and that is back-to-back strikeouts for Denny Batista. He Ks McKenna, and now he Ks Durango, and 2 men are gone in the top of the 8th inning. Now Logan Forsythe will be the hitter. Forsythe's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Has a 5-game hitting streak on the line, perhaps in this plate appearance. Also wanted to make a note of a player down in Class A High Desert, their leadoff hitter in the Mariners system. Here's a pitch down low to Forsythe for the ball. They have an outfielder named Danny Carroll who's batting leadoff. And yesterday in a 4-3 win over Rancho, Carroll went 3 for 3 with a walk, so he's on base 4 times, stole a base, his 15th of the year, and he's only been caught once. So here's a pitch in for a strike, 1-1. Carroll is in the top 10 in all of minor league baseball in steals with 15, and he's hitting .333. Batista with a 1-1 pitch, and it swung on, hit in the air towards right center field, and over there is Mike Wilson, and he will reach out and make the catch, and the inning is over. Denny Batista works a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the score: Tacoma 12, Tucson 5.
Rise and shine, early birds.
Look at you. Body rested and refreshed, energy restored. Because Unisom let you fall asleep fast and gave you deep, restful sleep all night long. Unisom's clinically proven to give you more of the important sleep. The deep, restful sleep that conforms to your body's natural sleep rhythm. No wonder you're recharged and ready to face the day. Let the sleepyhead snooze. The world's out there waiting. Unisom. Good night, good morning.
Taking care of everything at once. That's how Midas makes total car care simple. For just $24.99, Midas will change your oil, rotate your tires, and give your brakes a check. The $24.99 Midas oil change with a tire rotation and visual brake check. Talk about simple. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care.
Up to 5 quarts conventional oil. Shop fees and taxes extra. Most vehicles at participating Midas.
Your Honor, my clients have a right to more toppings on their hot and ready pizza.
Objection! We're pleading only pepperoni.
Pepperoni's for kids.
We are kids.
Irrelevant.
Your Honor, hi, I'm Dad. We just want more toppings.
You can't handle the toppings.
Order! With a value as great as Little Caesars, get them both. Case dismissed.
Little Caesars original $5 hot and ready pepperoni pizza for the kids and the $8 hot and ready 3-meat treat for adults. The verdict is in. They're delicious. Pizza.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 12-5. Tacoma with a lead over the Tucson. I almost called them Sidewinders. The Tucson Padres. That was it. That was my time, and I was able to stop, but I was about to do it. Mike Wilson, Johan Lamonta, and Sean Kazmar. It's a bad year. How about when the Omaha Storm Chasers get here? I'll have no choice. I might just call them the Royals all 4 games on purpose.
Who knows?
Yeah. First pitch to Mike Wilson's in for a strike. 0-1. I don't understand the teams changing names. This one's okay because Tucson lost their team and they got it back. But if your team's been in the same place and you didn't even change affiliates, just keep your name the same. Here's a strike.
We went through quite a few of them here in Tacoma down through the years.
That's right. But I've always wondered why they went to Tugs for 1 year and then changed it, because that was a cool name.
I can tell you why. It wasn't popular with the fans.
Oh, really?
Nope, they didn't like Tugs.
Oh, I guess I'm the only one then.
No,
next pitch, check, swing down low. All right, he held up in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Go ahead, Bob.
The reason they were Tugs was that they were with the Cleveland Indians at that time, and the Spokane Indians were in the Coast League at that time, and they had prior rights to the name Indians. Right. So Tacoma had to find another name. Foss High School is sitting up on the bank by then. They said, well, let's call it the Tugs. And so
the fans didn't like the Tugs?
They didn't like it. No, for some reason they didn't like it, so we went back eventually to the old town team name, the Tigers, and did that for a long time.
And that's probably was a little confusing to fans outside the area at the time, as now it's a 2-2 count to Mike Wilson. But, for all those years, Tacoma's team was named after the big league type. The Giants, the Cubs, the Twins, all right, not the Yankees. Didn't do it with the Indians for the reasons you just explained. And then they go to Tigers, and they were never affiliated with Detroit.
No. But they had always been the Tacoma Tigers back in the Western International League days and even before that. So that was sort of the town team name.
Well, Mike Wilson just struck out looking on a 2-2 pitch pitch. Scott Munter gets him for his third punch out in an inning and a third, and now Johan Lamonta will be the batter. Lamonta 1 for 2 with a triple and 2 RBIs, and his triple was a long one, went to the warning track in center field out by that 425 sign that we were talking about earlier with A.J. Zapp. And now here's the pitch from Munter, and it is taken inside for a ball, 1-0. The franchise was called the Tacoma Tigers throughout the entire Oakland A's affiliation, which until the last 2 years was the longest one in franchise history, 14 years with Oakland, 81 to 94. Here's a swing and a foul down the left field line off the bat of Lamonta, 1-1 the count. And then when they brought in the Mariners in 95, they changed it to Rainiers, and I think that one, it took a little while to grow on people.
It did, because the old Seattle Rainiers that for a long time there, they were the hated, bitterly hated rivals of the Tacoma fans. So the Rainiers took a little while to settle in.
Next pitch to Lamonta is called a strike, 1-2. But I think it's settled in nicely now. Especially now that we have the beautiful Summit Club, and one of these days we're going to have a nice sunny day game, and Mount Rainier is going to be in full view for all the fans.
Right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Lamonta, and this one's hit well towards center field, but it's going to hang up, and Durango back a few steps, and he will make the catch, and that is the second out of the inning. So Lamonta flies to center. 2 down, and now Sean Kazmar will be the batter. We'll take a pause here for station identification on the Tacoma Rainiers Radio Network.
Your home for Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, Tony Bruno, and Tacoma Rainiers Baseball. South Sports 850 AM, KHHO, Tacoma.
It's 12-5 Rainiers, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Sean Kazmar at the plate. And the pitch from Munter brushes back Kazmar, ball 1, 1-0. Uh, 1-0 the count. And the pitch from Munter is a swing and a miss, 1-1. Looking ahead to the 9th, the Padres, the T-Pods. How do you like that? The Tucson Padres. They call the Iowa Cubs the I-Cubs.
Yeah.
How about the T-Pods?
Everything is done by Twitter stuff now. I don't understand it.
Kazmar takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anyway, the Tucson Padres, the T-Pods, are going to have Aaron Cunningham, Anthony Rizzo, and Jesus Guzman, the heart of their order, batting in the top of the 9th inning. Now the 1-2 is swung on and fouled away. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bob, you'll be back on Monday, this coming Monday. You get 2 in this one homestand.
I'll be worn out.
Yeah. No, you'll make it.
You'll make it.
Yeah. You're not going to be worn out. You get the next 7 days off, 6 days off.
I'll wear myself out preparing.
Yes, it'll be the Las Vegas 51s who are in town.
Oh, that's right. I've got to remember 51s. They weren't that one.
That's right. You might drop a stars on them.
Yeah.
Here's a check swing by Kazmar. He goes around strike 3, and that does it for the Rainiers in the bottom of the 8th. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 9th. Tacoma 12, Tucson 5.
Taking care of everything at once. That's how Midas makes total car care simple. For just $24.99, Midas will change your oil, rotate your tires, and give your brakes a check. $24.99 Midas oil change with a tire rotation and visual brake check. Talk about simple. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care.
Up to 5 quarts conventional oil. Shop fees and taxes extra. Most vehicles at participating Midas.
My name is Shonda Marshall. I'm a single mom, so I have to watch every penny.
We all do, and State Farm agents can help by making sure you're getting the car insurance discounts you deserve. Just ask for a free discount double check, and you can save hundreds of dollars.
No, I can't afford to have pride. I have children to feed. But show me how to make a better way and do things on my own. That's perfect.
Find a State Farm agent in your area who can help you get discounts up to 40% and make sure you have the right coverage. Visit yourtrafficalerts.com to connect with an agent.
State Farm is there. Discounts may vary state to state.
Sports fans, what time is it? Well, it's time for tips.
Tim's, of course. Tim's Cascade Snacks has been creating the best chips and snacks in the Northwest, right here in the shadow of Mount Rainier since 1986, using potatoes from local family-owned farms, a real home field advantage. Tim's would like to welcome all baseball fans to the new Cheney Stadium this season and look forward to a great season together with you. Tim's is proud to be a partner of the community and the official snack of the Tacoma Rainiers. Thanks for supporting your local chip, and when it's time to play ball, it's time for Tim's.
We go to the ninth inning of play. Tacoma with a 12-5 lead over the Tucson Padres. And here in the top of the ninth, Aaron Cunningham will lead things off. Denny Batista pitched a 1-2-3 eighth inning, and he's going to stay on and try to get the final 3 outs and put this one in the win column for the Rainiers. Rainiers averaged 8 runs plus per game on the road trip. Came home where they dropped 7 out of 8 games on the first homestand, and they've come out and scored 12 runs here in this one. They had 9 runs at the end of the second inning. Batista's first pitch to Aaron Cunningham is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike to Cunningham. And now Batista with his next pitch, and Cunningham takes this one inside, 1-1. Cunningham out of South Kitsap High School, which has produced several major leaguers in recent years. Willie Bloomquist, Jason Ellison got a few call-ups to the big leagues, the outfielder. 1-1 pitch is outside for a ball, 2-1. I think Jason Hamill of the Rockies went to that high school, too. I know he's from Port Orchard.
That's the only high school there.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Yes, it is. 2-1 the count to Cunningham. And Batista with a pitch, and it's a swing and a foul on the first base side, 2-2. They're over the WIAA High School Baseball Championships for the state here at Cheney Stadium. I don't know the exact dates of it. I would have to check, but that's going to be during a Rainiers road trip. They're going to play the games here.
Yeah, they've done that in the past. They like to come here. It's a good ballpark, and it accommodates the fans well. Good parking, easy access.
2-2 is up and in, ball 3. Full count, 3-2.
During the Goodwill games, we played all the home games, all the games, baseball games in this ballpark, and also in the World Fast Pitch Softball Championships we played here.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Cunningham. And Batista with the pitch. And it is up and in, ball 4, and Cunningham draws a leadoff walk in the 9th inning. Batista missing up and in with a fastball, and now Anthony Rizzo will be the hitter.
Cunningham should enjoy this weather. He was born in Alaska.
I noticed, though, he now makes his home, or he has his home listed as Arizona, so maybe he, got called up to the big leagues enough time, made a few bucks, and decided to buy a house somewhere warm.
I did not recognize the name of the town. I'm not sure what it was now, but I didn't recognize it from Arizona.
First pitch to Anthony Rizzo is in for a strike at the knees, 0-1. Rizzo is 1 for 3 with a single, has scored a run. League's leading RBI man has added 1 to his total tonight. He takes the next pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Rizzo with 33 runs batted in. Came to the Padres in that big deal they made this winter when they traded Adrian Gonzalez to the Red Sox for prospects. Rizzo, one of the big prospects they got in that trade, and he drills a foul ball down the right field line. And that is strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a few fans remain at this point. It has been very chilly tonight in Tacoma. And now a swing and a miss, strike 3, and down goes Rizzo as Batista throws a fastball right past him, and there's the first out in the top of the 9th inning. 3rd strikeout for Batista. 1 away, and now Jesus Guzman will be the hitter. Guzman is 1 for 3. And the pitch is called a strike, 0-1. One pitch, fastball called a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is down low, and it rolls away from Bart, and taking second base is Aaron Cunningham. Pitch was down in the dirt, and it moves the runner up 90 feet. So a runner at second, 1 out in the 9th. It is 12-5. Rainiers with the lead. And 2 outs away from putting this one in the books. We'll recap all the scoring in the postgame show. Now Denny Batista is ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and bounced slowly. Right side, Batista off the mound has it, and he's just going to jog over and touch first base himself. Advancing to third on the play is Cunningham. Guzman is out, pitcher unassisted, and there's a runner at third with 2 outs. So now Guillermo Quiroz comes to the plate for Tucson. Rainiers an out away from victory. And what a great start to an 8-game homestand. This would be a big win in which the Rainiers had a huge lead by the end of the 2nd inning. Batista is set, and his pitch to Guillermo Quiroz is on the way, and it's swung on and fouled back. There's strike 1. Quiroz fouls it off. On the count to the former Rainier. Originally a Toronto Blue Jay prospect, and Quiroz takes a strike, and the count goes to 0-2. So Batista's ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Batista trying to end it right here. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Guillermo Quiroz, and it is down low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll remind you to join us tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. first pitch. Pregame show at 6:50. Luke French will be looking for his first win of the year. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Batista. It is swung on and hit solidly up the middle and into center field, and that's a base hit for Quiroz, and Cunningham will score, and it's 12-6. So Guillermo Quiroz singles in a run to center field, and he has his 3rd RBI of the game. And now Matt Clark will be the batter. Clark, a left-handed hitter, settles into the batter's box. Batista with a pitch, and it is down in the dirt. Ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Batista just trying to bear down and get this final out. Rainiers aren't even holding the runner on at first base. The 1-0 pitch is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Batista falling behind. So the 2-0 pitch to Clark is called a strike on the inside corner. Two balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch is swung on and chopped up the middle, and behind the second base bag is Kazmar. He has it, and he'll throw to first for the out, and that's the ball game. Sean Kazmar raged far to his left to field that grounder, and he threw out the batter at first base to put an end to this one. The Tacoma Rainiers have defeated the Tucson Padres by a final score of 12-6, and the Rainiers pick up their 2nd home win, and they have now won overall 5 of their last 7 games. Well, stick around. The Tacoma Rainiers postgame show is coming up next.
This has been an exclusive broadcast of Tacoma Rangers Baseball. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, right here on South Sound Sports, 850 AM.
Now, Toyota's entire showroom is at your fingertips. With 1 click, you can build your new Toyota at buyatoyota.com. accessories you really want at buyatoyota.com. Get a quote on Toyota's complete line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. From America's best-selling car, Toyota Camry, to the best-selling hybrid, Toyota Prius, to the full-size performance of the Toyota Tundra. It's all there for you at buyatoyota.com. Search current special offers like cashback, low-rate financing, and ready-to-roll lease deals with low down payments and low monthly payments at buyatoyota.com. Find out about over 30 different offers on Toyota's official website at buyatoyota.com. Our showroom at your fingertips, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Toyota, moving forward.
They bought the Caffrey's old house next door, said they were going to restore it. Crazy, I know. Every time I look over there, they're covered in dust. All smiles, as if they were enjoying themselves.
There are people who don't understand the way you live. There's an insurance company that does. Safeco Insurance, for auto, home, and more. Coverage by Safeco Insurance Company of American Affiliates, Seattle, Washington. Safeco Insurance. Do more.
To find your local Propel Insurance office, call 1-800-499-0933. Propel Insurance. Find your momentum.
Welcome to the Tacoma Rainiers postgame show on South Sound Sports, 850 AM.
The Tacoma Rainiers scored a ton of runs on the last road trip that ended yesterday. They came home today to open this homestand, and what did they do? They scored a whole bunch of runs, and they defeated the Tucson Padres by a final score of 12-6, and the Rainiers jumped out on top of Tucson early in this one, although the Padres did get on the board right away in the top of the first against Fabio Castro, a hit batter, a base hit, a wild pitch, and a sacrifice fly by the Pacific Coast League's RBI leader, Anthony Rizzo, and Tucson had a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the first, but that was very short-lived. First and foremost, the Rainiers had a ringer in the lineup leading things off today, and that was the rehabilitating Mariners center fielder, Franklin Gutierrez. And it is swung on and hit well towards center field, and this is back in the alleyway, and it's going to get down for extra bases, and Gutierrez is at second now. Struggling with it is Durango at center field, and Gutierrez is going to go all the way to third. It was ruled a triple for Gutierrez, and he was aboard in his first plate appearance of the season for any team. Franklin Gutierrez with a triple to center field, left center field. He would score moments later when Dustin Ackley pulled a ground ball inside the first base bag for a double, and that drove in Gutierrez, and the Rainiers had tied up the score 1-1. Then, with one out, Carlos Peguero swung and missed at a pitch in the dirt, and the catcher, Luis Martinez, got hit by the backswing of Peguero, and it opened up a wound on his forehead, and he had to leave the ball game. And meanwhile, Peguero reached first base on a swinging strike 3 wild pitch. So there were runners at first and second with one out, and Tucson had to bring in a catcher, and they brought in the veteran Guillermo Quiroz. The Rainiers had Alex Liddy at the plate. He had homered twice yesterday in Reno, and now he would do it here in Tacoma. 2-0 to Liddy is drilled high and deep down the left field line, way back. Is it fair? Yes, it is. A 3-run home run for Alex Liddy right down the left field line, and the Rainiers take a 4-1 lead. Alex Liddy, now your Tacoma Rainiers RBI leader with 16 of them on the season, and his 5 home runs leads the club as well. The Rainiers would tack on another run. Josh Bard singled, Mike Wilson singled, Lamonta walked, Sean Kazmar hit a sac fly to left, a deep sac fly. It looked for a moment like it might be a salami, but instead it was just a sac fly. Josh Bard scored the 5th run in the inning. Franklin Gutierrez, who led off the first inning, with the triple, made the last out of the inning. He got to bat twice in the first inning as Tacoma sent 10 batters to the plate and scored 5 times. Then they kept the offense going against the Tucson Padres starter Jeremy Hefner in the second inning with 1 out. Matt Mangini drew a walk with 2 outs. Alex Liddy hit a grounder down the third baseline that Jesus Guzman could not field with a backhand. It was ruled an error on Guzman, and runners were at second and third with 2 outs. Josh Bard was next. He lined a single to right field, bringing in Mangini and Liddy. It was the second of Bard's 3 hits today. That made it 7-1. And then Mike Wilson stepped up to the plate. Now the pitch is swung on and crushed down the left field line. This might be another one, and it is. It's out of here. Mike Wilson with a 2-run shot to left field, and the Rainiers are just pouring it on here in the bottom of the second inning. The Rainiers leading the Tucson Padres 9-1 after that Mike Wilson home run to left field. It was getting a little tough to add up the runs at that point. 9-1 was the score in the bottom of the second inning after Wilson's third home run of the season. And from that point forward, the game was over. Although, well, I don't know, that might be a little bit of a stretch. Tucson got a run in the fourth on Matt Clark's first career AAA home run. Rainiers got 2 in the bottom of the fourth. Bard singled in a run, and Lamonta had a sac fly, so it was 11-2. In the fifth, Tucson showed a little life. A walk and an error and a double by Jesus Guzman brought in a run, and then Guillermo Quiroz hit a 2-run double, and it was 11-5. And then they would proceed to load the bases with 2 outs, and Tucson was in a position where if they got a big hit, particularly an extra base hit from Luis Durango, they would be back in the ball game. But Edward Paredes was on in relief, and he was able to strike out Durango to end the fifth inning. And from that point forward, the Rainiers bullpen cruised. In fact, Paredes, who got the win today, did an excellent job in middle relief, pitching scoreless ball in the 6th and the 7th innings. Went 2 2/3 without allowing a run today. His finest outing as a Rainier this year, certainly his longest outing as a Rainier, and probably his best today, as Paredes ends up getting his first win or his second win of the season with his work today. And then Denny Batista pitched the final 2 innings. Rainiers added another run in the 6th inning when Johan Lamonta tripled in Mike Wilson, and Tacoma went on to win it 12-6 was the final score. Final totals for you for Tacoma: 12 runs on 13 hits. They made 1 error, left 9 on base. Tucson scores 6 runs on 9 hits, makes 1 error, leaves 10 on base. Paredes is the winner. He is 2-1. The loss goes to Hefner. He is 0-2. And there was no save in this one. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 11 minutes. The attendance was 2,838. With the win, the Rainiers go to 9-16. Tucson drops under 500 at 12-13. Tucson had a 4-game win streak come to a halt today. Remember, they had just swept Colorado Springs, and today they lose the opener here in Tacoma. Rainiers win at 12-6. These two teams will meet again tomorrow night at 7:05 with Luke French starting for Tacoma against Will Inman of Tucson. Well, when we come back, we'll take a look at the Major League Baseball scoreboard. The Tacoma Rainiers postgame show continues right after this.
Pacific Office Automation?
Yeah, I need a Konica Minolta service man over here immediately.
What's the problem, sir?
It's my office. It's too clean.
It's too what?
It's too clean, and I'm really upset about it, okay? I actually found my car keys the other day without having to move anything.
And you want Pacific Office Automation to send someone over?
Yeah, well, last time you sent over, like, this whole team and showed us how we could scan and file electronically, reduce our paper costs, be more efficient.
I'm showing you purchased the new Konica Minolta Biz Hub.
Yeah, that thing's driving me crazy, okay? Everything I'm working on is available right from my computer screen.
Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, what?
Your office is a wreck, and you need to stay late again tonight!
Hey, can you do that again?
You needed an intervention.
With so many ways to help your office run smoothly, it's hard to find stuff to complain about. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
It's time for our Major League Baseball scoreboard. No Mariner game today. They were off after their highly successful road trip. The M's are back in action tomorrow. Only 4 American League ball games today. Day game today in Oakland. The A's beat Texas 5-4 in the 10th inning. Hideki Matsui won it with a walk-off home run, his 3rd of the year. Josh Willingham and Kurt Suzuki also went deep for Oakland today. Grant Balfour getting the win over Darren Oliver. Oakland 5, Texas 4. Yankees beat Detroit 5-3, and they beat them in the 9th. It was 3-3, and then in the top of the 9th inning, Nick Swisher singled in the go-ahead run. off Jose Valverde. That led the Yankees to the victory. Job at Chamberlain with a win. Mariano Rivera saved number 11. Alex Avila for Detroit homered twice. He's got 5 this year. Boston crushed the Angels 9-5, and Jared Weaver took his first loss of the year. He was 6-0. He didn't get beat up. He allowed 3 runs in 6 innings, struck out 6, but took the loss. He's now 6-1 with a 1.39 ERA. Then the Angels' bullpen allowed 6 runs to score in the 7th inning, and Boston walked in from there. David Ortiz hit his 3rd home run of the year. Also, White Sox defeat the Baltimore Orioles 6-2, and that's notable just because the White Sox got a win. Paul Konerko homered twice. The White Sox end a 5-game losing streak. It was just their 4th win in the last 19 games. Over to the National League now. Pirates beat the Padres down in San Diego 4-3. James McDonald with his 2nd win of the year. Garrett Jones hit his 6th home run of the season, so Pittsburgh winning on the road. Dodgers beat the Cubbies 5-2. Clayton Kershaw improving to 3-3 on the year. John Braxton to save his 6th. And Alfonso Soriano for the Cubs in the losing cause belts his 11th home run of the season. That leads the major leagues. Also, Andre Ethier had a hit. He has a 28-game hitting streak, and he's only halfway to Joe DiMaggio. Washington shuts out San Francisco 2-0 behind Tom Gorzelani. The left-hander went 8 scoreless to get the win over Madison Bumgarner, who fell to 0-5, even though he pitched well today. Atlanta knocks off Milwaukee 6-2 behind the pitching of Jair Jurgens. He went into the 8th inning and got his 3rd win of the year. Alex Gonzalez hit a big 3-run double for the Braves, who beat Giovanni Gallardo for their first time ever. And Florida defeats St. Louis 6-5 as Gabby Sanchez hit a grand slam and Mike Stanton hit another home run. The Marlins winning on the road. Astros and Reds postponed today in Cincinnati. That's your Major League Baseball scoreboard here in Tacoma. The Raiders blast Tucson 12-6. We'll be back with more right after this.
Whether the chronic pain of arthritis is slowing you down or you've been sidelined by a sports-related injury, MultiCare is here for you. Our highly rated orthopedic and sports medicine program connects children, teens, and adults to advanced diagnostics and the latest technology and treatments, from non-surgical options to minimally invasive procedures to total joint replacement surgery. What's more, MultiCare links you to the region's premier clinical centers for sports medicine, plus a wide range of expert rehabilitation services. And with hospital and clinic locations in Tacoma, Puyallup, Covington, and Gig Harbor, you won't have to go far to find the care you need. Whatever your situation and your age, you can count on MultiCare's dedicated team of specialists to help you get back to your everyday life. To learn more, be sure to visit multicare.org. MultiCare. Better connected.
What a way to start a homestand. The Tacoma Raiders blast Tucson 12-6, and it wasn't that close. The Raiders were ahead 9-1, just 2 innings into the ball game. Alex Liddy with a 3-run shot. Mike Wilson with a 2-run shot, and I got a surprise when I walked into the ballpark this afternoon, and we walked right into the locker room area. Always going there first, checked the lineup card, and right there on top, Franklin Gutierrez was on top. Wait a sec, who's that guy? Where'd he come from? Yeah, Franklin Gutierrez, the Mariners center fielder, has begun a rehab program with the Rainiers, and in his first game, he was DHing for only about the first half of the game. He came out after the 5th inning, but with the way the runs were scoring today, that was still good enough for 4 ABs. He tripled his first time up, struck out his second time up in the same inning, flied out to right field, and popped up once. So he finishes 1 for 4 with a triple. Darren Brown in the pregame show said that there's no timetable right now for Gutierrez because of the nature of his illness is really what it is, the irritable bowel syndrome. So it's going to be a matter of how he feels, and if he's feeling good, he's going to need to see live pitching. He's going to need to be here a little bit of time to do that. He's going to have to go out in center field. That'll happen here in the next day or two if he's feeling good after today's game. So look for Franklin Gutierrez in a Rainiers uniform for a few days here, maybe this whole homestand. Who knows? And hopefully he can get back up to Seattle quickly. But in the meantime, we're happy to have him here in the Rainiers lineup, and he got this game started off with that triple in the first and got it going. A quick look at some PCL scores. American Conference, Round Rock shuts out Iowa 5-0. Memphis was a 4-1 winner at New Orleans. And Nashville loses at Oklahoma City 2-1. Omaha got dropped by Albuquerque 5-3 today. On our side of the league, Colorado Springs was shut out at home by Fresno 6-0. That's a rarity. And Reno has defeated Las Vegas 12-8. Sean Burrows with a home run. Also, Sacramento topped Salt Lake 5-1. Big 3-run homer late in the game by Eric Sogard to lift Sacramento to that victory. Well, the Red Ears will try to make it 2 in a row tomorrow. Tomorrow night's game is at 7:05 p.m. Luke French for the Red Ears. He's a guy who won 16 games last year combined between AAA and the big leagues. This year he's looking for his first. He's 0-3 with a 5.13 ERA, and French will be opposed by right-hander Will Inman of Tucson. Inman is 0-2 with a 6.65 ERA, and that game tomorrow night at 7:05 p.m. pregame show at 6:50. That'll do it for today's broadcast. I want to thank our producer, Gregory Burrell. For Bob Robertson, this is Mike Curto saying so long from Cheney Stadium, where once again our final score today, the Tacoma Red Ears defeat the Tucson Padres 12-6. Have a good night.